All right, everybody, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time, Vortex. We're now going to be witnessing the second semi-final here in the Homestead Cup, live in Niš, Serbia. You've got an interesting
I'm looking
expression
different.
there. Yeah.
I've noticed Serbia changed me.
What are you predicting here? I know a lot of people at the moment are favoring Marinelord. Do you agree with that?
I mean, it's hard not to favor Marinelord, right? He's probably the most consistent player
Yeah.
in AoE4. But there used to be a time back in the day where he would consistently lose to B, series after another. Also, B, he seems to be quite comfortable playing offline. Sometimes it's hard to get used to offline events, but he's been doing really well. He seems so calm. Kind of close. Really excited for these games because I think it's going to be super amazing. There's only maybe one thing to look for in the early game and the map spawn, and it's the neutral market position, because keep in mind that they actually buffed the Chamber of Commerce for Friends and JD.
Yeah, true.
And I think actually against Byzantine, because it's a kind of slow sip, I think it's actually viable. So if it's right in the corner, I think maybe it's a
That would be interesting. And looking at Marinelord's point of view, it looks like they are actually pretty far to the side of the map. So would be an option for him if he really wanted to go for the trade, but we'll have to see. It is, after all, a pretty unusual strategy at the moment. Just most people tend to go for the School of Cavalry. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for our game number 1 in the second set of the day. Second semi-final. We will be deciding our last player who goes into the grand final today. And we've got B playing as the Byzantines up against his opponent, Marinelord, playing as the French.
Yeah, the first interesting thing, obviously, be opening on stone. So he's gonna most likely go for Grand Winery, just standard play in matchups where your opponent is not gonna open spears. Marinelord opening wheelbarrow. That's also something to look for. Not on the deer though. He's not going for early deer, which is surprising for me at least. But yeah, other than that, not much else, right? Forward gold for Marinelord. That might be a little bit annoying, especially when you look at the other golds, right? Every single gold is exposed.
Forward. Yeah, it's a very far forward gold. And B, on his side, he can be super happy with his berry spawn being all the way in the back of his base. So it's always nice when you're playing as the Byzantines and you got the gold and the berries on opposing sides of each other. Just makes it a lot easier to defend yourself, or rather to be able to rotate around resources.
Also, when I look at B spawn, he has double deer pack and second berries all together. So just one cistern, then 1 or 2 towers, and he has food for many, many years, even for the next game after this one. Do you think there's a chance Marinelord will maybe try to go pro scouts? We haven't seen it so much with French, but actually, I think it wouldn't be too bad here to try to steal some deers from B, watching his spawn.
Definitely not bad. I was, like, as you mentioned though, there's like a double-edged sword to having all of the deer on one side. For one, of course, it means that B, he only has to defend one area. On the other hand side, though, it means that Marinelord, he's only got to attack one area as well. And a focus attack from the French with the timing attack could be brutal for the Byzantines to try and defend. And it's tough. I personally think that French are just by far one of the best civilizations when it comes to aggression, having those feudal age knights with the healing, especially with chivalry. It just means that you can go for so many engagements. As long as you micro well, you can continuously like reinforce with more and more knights, and meanwhile your opponent might be bleeding units from time to time during these engagements. It just gives you more and more of an edge the longer the game goes. But here goes. School of Cavalry is going to be the game plan here for Marinelord. Age is up with 5 villagers, so really wants to get that age up going just a little bit quicker.
But it's going to be hard to do damage with the backberries.
Yeah.
Something to also consider is how far the boar is from the French, especially. It's actually super close to Marinelord's base. If he wants to go for early boar, he's going to get it very, very early, I think. Probably he could just, because the berries from B are on the back, so he cannot do too much damage. Maybe going for the first knight for the boar, and just getting it instantly can be a very good option. And watch this, only 2 cisterns, and he's out of stone. That's surprising.
I mean, with the age up, he is going to be getting the remaining stone that he needs for the 3rd level cistern. Probably also just wants to minimize the time needed to get the first production buildings going, so is going to be sending those villagers out to wood now instead. But yeah, 3rd level cistern, that's going to be it for him for the time being. Means that he is going to end up on an 18% bonus gather speed there, at least for the time being.
Marinelord being a little bit housed there. He has to make the house with 2 villagers. That's maybe a little bit shaky, right, of a build order. You never want to see that happen. Obviously not a big deal. He should have enough food to make the knight instantly, so that's fine.
I say as long as the TC idle time ticker didn't tick up, that's good.
Yeah, but we're also seeing him float a lot of gold. I'm really not super... Like, I don't really know why he was floating so much gold, if it's just
Maybe going
him
for an upgrade
messing
behind
up
this as well.
the
He's
gold.
only got 3 villagers on gold, so that's cutting it somewhat close when it comes to constant knight production. Maybe it is a Pro Scout follow-up after this.
Yeah, MB decided
Never
to
mind,
keep
he's
2
sending builds out.
villagers. Oh, he's going for deer. Okay, so no boar. MB decided to keep 2 villagers in gold, which normally I wouldn't do against super aggressive ships because I think you need a lot of wood early to make barracks, to make the mercenary house. So he probably wants to make a wheelbarrow pretty early. There you go, actually. Yeah, most economic upgrade for Marinelord. That's pretty standard these days. Wood and gold so early, even though he only has 3 villagers, is surprising. If you want to go archers, I think, I mean, with French, obviously it's cheaper, right? But I think you should probably go for it when you want to add 5 or 6 villagers.
Yeah.
But that's good. Survival techniques as well. Not making a second knight though, so the build order hasn't been super clean for Marinelord this game, I feel like. And he's not gonna find a lot of damage with the first knight, so really the early game is as good as it could be for B. By the way, he didn't make the third cistern yet, I think.
Oh,
even though he does
yeah,
have
it's
the
not
stone for
connected
it.
yet. Maybe it's still being built because the aqueduct at least is has been placed.
Or maybe he had to go back with the villager because the knight was approaching, right? I think that makes sense. No pro scouts from Marinelord, so that's out of question. Ooh, losing half HP on the knight is actually
It's pretty big early on, yeah.
pretty big.
Makes it more difficult to engage. Marinelord still looking for a potential kill, but there's the third Limitani now. Archer's already on the field, though, or about to hit the field.
I assume it's gonna be jab throwers, right? From B. I don't know
Makes
if he
sense,
has
yeah.
the. Oh, he doesn't have the building yet, even though he has like 500 oil. But there you go, mercenary house. Actually,
Russia.
3 villagers are very low. I've seen him charge into one, but I don't know.
No villager
deal.
died so far. Also just French, of course, getting the faster villager production there. Second archer range now, so Marinelord
Yeah.
really going pedal to the metal there when it comes to that
You
range
like
unit
that?
production.
2 archery ranges?
Yeah.
I
I mean,
honestly,
you need like that extra amount. You need like 20 archers to one-shot Limitani with the shield wall up.
there's 2 ways, right? Either you make 2 stables and 1 archery, or you make 2 archery ranges and 1 stable.
Yeah.
The thing is, the goal from B is forward, then he has back berries, then he has the woodline to the left, so everything is super split. So I
Makes
would
it harder for the
that-
archers.
that's a situation where I would like double stable.
Yeah.
So you can make more knights and kind of try to raid somewhere. But yeah, double archery range means I think he has to make something happen in Feudal.
Archers now being spotted out, so B is going to have to be wary of that. Needs to relocate the woodworkers potentially, at least a little bit further inward. Knights trying to go for a charge here, but it's more than enough Limitani at the moment to even fight up against a couple of archers out here.
Yeah, and jab throwers from B coming out already, so that's kind of the expected. I think he has 8 on queue already. The first 4 should be out really soon. And Marinelord still not going for the boar. I think it's. I think you need to get early boar in this point. It's super close to your TC.
Seeing a market coming out. Oh, villagers need to be careful though. Marinelord does spot that out, but doesn't commit to another charge onto the villagers out there.
I wonder what's the market for. Maybe he wants to buy stone?
Or could be that he just wants to buy a little bit of additional olive oil. Like if you buy one more, like 100 olive oil, you're actually going to be able to afford a third batch of javelin throws from the first berry patch.
Yeah, could very well be that. I mean, I was thinking because he was making a tower, maybe he wants to buy some stone and just reinforce the tower, make another cistern.
There it is. The poor player
but-
you alluded to.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the kind of situation where you are already planning on aging up early to castle, and you know that because your goal is forward, he's gonna most likely try to push you out, and you just want to have a market to buy gold, you know? And there you go with the boar. That's actually a super early H-up from B, by the way. That's super scary against French. You can die very easily.
Yeah, but on the other hand side, Marinelord, he doesn't even have his barracks up yet, so doesn't have +1 pierce armor. Is that his own market? Is he making his own market, or
I
is that
think
the
it's a
blacksmith? That is the
blacksmith.
blacksmith, okay. Player cam blocking that one.
Yeah, but he needs 2 upgrades to get, right? You need the defense, the range defense, and also the damage for your archers, right? It's gonna
Yeah.
take a while, and B is gonna be up in less than 1 minute probably.
Mm.
So the window for Marinelord is gonna be very thin. He has to make something happen.
Yeah.
But he has the numbers, honestly. 18 archers is so much.
Yeah.
There's only 8 jab throwers, and I think he does have oil for another batch. So he really needs to start that one as soon as
He's queuing
possible.
them. Yeah, there they
you
are.
go. Okay, so the tower is reinforced. Honestly, I don't know. I think if you don't go for a ramp here, I don't think you can break that tower.
There it is. H-Ups coming in. Golden Horn Tower. Right next to TC, and the safest spot it could possibly be.
I mean, the only problem with this is he's not really able to go out for his second berries. So he's going to be stuck with 12 jab throwers for a very long time.
Yeah.
Also, he has no villagers on wood. So I don't know if he has a stable or not. But obviously you want a stable, right? To start
get some
instantly
cataphracts.
cataphract production. Other than that, obviously what he wants to do is he just wants to get the upgrades for the Limitane jab throwers. And then you can definitely survive the push, and then you take it from there.
Looks like Marinelord is considering the go right about now. Gets one of the villagers there on the gold vein. But B, he's got enough gold to get all the veterancy upgrades in on the mercenaries and the Limitania. Second the age-up comes in.
He should have been a little bit more towards his TC. I don't think he wants to fight now before the upgrades.
Yeah.
But looking good. I mean, he cannot really break that position, right, on the tower. So looking good for B, I think. At least he will hold. Now, the only problem is he doesn't have wood for the stable yet.
And
He
food
doesn't have
is-
gold for the
Yeah.
monk. So let's see what he actually does with the early age jump.
He's got a lot of villagers on gold, so the gold should be coming in shortly. For either monk or maybe even first you might want to consider getting +2 pierce armor. Just in case, because it also just works even better with your Limitani, with the shield wall. Makes it even harder to take him down. But he needs more Limitani at the moment. Only 11, so he's only mirroring the knight count. That's not where you want to be in this matchup. You want to like go for a 2-to-1 ratio there. And Marinelord just further and further reinforcing with more knights. Second stable is now in.
And still no cataphract production. That's I think he really needs to start getting some, just to get some map control, you know? Try to put some pressure on the second deer pack, on the board. But anywhere. But you need to get map pressure now, otherwise you cannot get relics, you cannot push out, so you won't do anything with your castle age timing.
Alright, Pierce Armor level 1 just been researched. Pierce Damage level 1 now also on the way. First Monk should also be out on the field now. So we'll start trying to get some relics in. Once again, a knight trying to find some villager pickoffs here. V is getting drawn from the left to the right repeatedly now. Yeah, still no stable at the moment, or at least no cataphract in queue.
Yeah, Marinelord is just buying time, right? He's just gonna try to H up. Since there's no cataphracts, there's no pressure on any of his resources. You know, at this point, he could also... Like, it's kind of funny because he has both of his goals forward, so you could think he would get pressured at some point. But I think he's gonna have a super easy transition from main goal to second one, which is something that when you have both goals forward, it doesn't happen too often,
Do you
so
think
he
he's
can
trying
be
to go for the
really...
age up though? At the moment, it looks more like he's continuously doubling down. I mean, he's got a lot of food, just not the gold needed.
I mean, I think he's just gonna poke a little bit, and then he will decide, right? He has all the time in the world, so...
We do see more and more of these little engagements at the moment. Archers, a lot of them are going to be going down, but they're trading out for the Limitani here.
Even camels would be a good choice now with the +2 armor. Like feudal archers, they actually do no damage to them. Finally a stable, so we're gonna see some cataphract soon. And yeah, Marinelord now, he probably wants to H up, right?
Yeah.
If he cancels the knight, he can go up, but he will just wait it out. Maybe like 20 seconds. And his numbers are crazy, by the way. 30 archers, 17 knights. What landmark would you go for? I would probably... I always favor the guild hall, right? But maybe it's not a bad one for
I think
you.
Marinelord would probably still want to go for the guild hall. manages to pick off one of the monks there, and Guildhall is going to be the name of the game here for him. Just so much value that you're getting as the game goes on means that you're going to be able to keep up with the Byzantine economy relatively easily. Oh, the camel riders.
Oh, that's huge, actually.
Yeah, getting taken down early on.
I'm not sure if those were from the landmark or he actually made them. But either way, it's really, really bad. Oh, and the monk also gets sniped. Oh, this is really bad for B. So the thing is, he got to Castle Age 4 or 5 minutes before Marinelord. That's a very big window. You have to make something happen, right?
Yeah.
That's why I was saying that cataphracts are needed, because then you get some map control and you can make things happen. But if you're just sitting in your base, not knowing where your opponent is coming from and just defending, nothing happened these 4 minutes. And now Marinelord has a huge army. He's on Castle Age as well, so...
Yeah, having more military in the numbers and in the army value department as well definitely makes it look a lot tougher here at the moment for B. He is trying to sneak out with the cataphract, but Marinelord, he's got some knights out there, so he saw that cataphract on the move out. Camel riders here getting spotted, but yeah.
Ooh,
just jumping inside the TC.
A pretty nice micro from B, not losing any camel there is actually pretty big. And
just needs to make sure that they actually do survive.
Somehow he did sneak one relic. I didn't see which one it was.
That was on the side from B, yeah. That was like in the
safe
corner
one.
there.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. He got that one in early. But oh, he once again threw the camels away.
Now when you look at the numbers, actually, he has 22 limit and ace, 20 jab throwers. I think maybe he could push out just to try to get a second or even a third relic. I think he does have the numbers, maybe. Actually, Marinelord is not making a single unit. Maybe he wants to go fast team.
That would be crazy at this point, I feel like, going for fast Imperial Age. But definitely nothing impossible. I say French is always like the cockroach civilization in the game. It is so hard to take them down, and once you get that Red Palace up, the game is sure to go late. And in the late game, with the massive discount that you can get from those keeps on your military production, yeah, it's just a super, super strong civilization. And even the Byzantines are going to be hard-pressed up against the French Imperial Age.
Got the second
Limitani, where are the Limitani? Are they out of position?
Yeah. Actually, probably on the wood, right? And he also lost the monk that was getting the second relic. This is such a good play from Marinelord. He's controlling everything so well. Oof. Those are gonna be... Actually, he could have maybe targeted them with the knights. Honestly, the numbers are not so bad when I look of it. I mean, it's 40 archers, but it's just standard archers against 20 jab throwers or more villagers. Yeah, Marinelord really playing well now.
With line under attack once again. There's still a monk out there for B, still trying to get those relics back in. Marinelord now also getting his own monks out onto the field.
We're getting to the point now where Marinelord is taking stone. When he has enough stone for a keep right next to his production, I think he can just take out the food from the guild hall and go Imperial. And then from there, I think he just cannot lose this game. Or it's going to be really hard for B, right? It's 4 villagers dead already for B. 13 villager lead for Marinelord.
Pretty good lead. He's got all the economic upgrades as well. B at the moment, the only eco upgrade that he has is wheelbarrow, so he is lacking behind there by quite a big margin.
It looked like he wanted to switch into Arbaletreers for a second Marinelord there, but then he actually cancelled them. I think it would be good, right? There's gonna be many cataphracts soon. It's 5 already. But maybe he doesn't have the intel just yet.
Okay, B does scout the villagers on the stone, so we'll know about that. Still, yeah, he's just getting chased by those veteran Royal Knights.
I think Marinelord is just preparing to go Imperial here. He's gonna have the stone for the keep soon, so forward keep, you defend all your production. Then you probably go Red Palace over your third gold, I would guess. And from there, I think it's gonna be super comfortable for Marinelord. Yeah? He has like only 500 on the guild hall yet. So that's something he can do instantly, right? But maybe in 2 minutes, he could be going up if he wants to, I guess.
We got classic Marinelord archer numbers behind this, almost up to 60 archers at this point.
Also the eco upgrades, he's getting all of them.
Yeah.
B, on the other hand, he only has the first one for food. So economy maybe gonna be looking also better for Marinelord here. 3 relics as well.
Yeah, Marinelord's getting the relics in, and now keep coming up here for Marinelord to buff up all of these production buildings.
And he also has enough stone for a second TC. So I think this is the perfect situation, right? Where you just try to make a second TC and go Imperial. And from there, it's like almost impossible to deal with French. But he's still making units, right? So maybe he wants to push.
Maybe he just also wants to max out to 200 up to 100 population cap. You can certainly afford it at this point, just massing up more and more units. That way he would be the most safe, I want to say, from any potential attack from the Byzantines. B does spot the units out there. Some villagers bound to be going down here as the knights charge onto them. It's going to be splitting up, but looks like we are about to be seeing a decisive fight here, I want to say. This is probably the fight that could decide the game here. If Marinelord lets himself get caught, but it looks like he is still splitting up the army.
Yeah, it's a good choice. I mean, you have 900 food already on the guild hall, so you're just happy with the 2 villagers you killed. You can go back and just play Imperial. Actually, B lost his scout at some point and he didn't rebuild it, so he's getting caught out of position many times now, probably 2 or 3 times in a row.
Mitane, a lot of them are going to be going down here. Javelin throwers coming in. Looks like a fight is actually ending up being taken here. Cataphracts charge onto the archers. Good engagement here for B. But knights are coming in as well. A lot of the knights actually do end up going down here, so B taking a decent trade, I want to say.
Yeah, pretty good for B. This was quite unnecessary for Marinelord. I think if right now he cancels all his production and he gets the food from the guild hall, he could be up. So not something that he needed, but it's not too bad, right? I mean, he lost many knights, but it's still a kind of decent trade, I want to say. He has to be super careful now, because if he dies before aging up, it's going to feel super bad to start the series that way.
Still 31 Limitani out on the field, 28 javelin throwers. So B, with this micro, able to utilize all of the javelin throwers in separate groups and try and target down as many archers here as possible.
Yeah. Oh, the worst thing B can do now is backing off. I think he has the numbers, right? It's sometimes hard to tell, but I think now he has the numbers. If he waits 2 more minutes, then the guild hall will buy the H-up for Marinelord.
Yeah.
And then it's going to get really scary. To be fair, his economy is pretty good as well, so he can also play for the late game. But I think he does have the numbers now to make something happen.
Yeah, I agree. Marinelord behind us, even taking in one of the sacred sites, so getting that little bit of additional gold trickle in as well.
Also, gonna be quite interesting to see where Marinelord actually wants to place the Red Palace, right? He still doesn't have the food though on the guild hall. It's kind of close now. This is really scary, right? This is the moment where if you are the French, you are really scared, because if your opponent pushes in now, you might actually lose the game. And I think B has the numbers.
Yeah, but there's still that keep inside the base from Marinelord, so it's super tough for B to get in a position to just take good trades or even just take down infrastructure, especially with all the archers that are in there as well. And just like that, 2 of the camel riders just go down immediately. There's not that many remaining, 2 and 1 being very low HP, but as long as they're there, the trades against the knights are going to be going a lot better. Javelin throwers once again trying to do all they can up against these archers, with individual groups of them firing away. So good micro coming in there from B. Villagers jumping inside of the keep there to defend.
I think he knows, right? He knows about Marinelord's guild hall probably being very high on food count already, and he knows it's the best moment to make something happen. So perfect read from B right there. Because if he didn't know, he would just back off, right? And not fight on the keep. But this is a perfect read from him. And he might actually win. It's actually crazy.
It is, yeah. And there's still a lot of Limitani out there. But the numbers are slowly but surely going down. Likewise, though, archer count also going down. But he is falling back. I think that maybe just a couple too many units have gone down for him. So he doesn't think that he can keep pushing. But it's definitely what he needs to do at the moment.
Yeah, that was a good haul from Marinelord. The keep at the end, right? Once the cataphracts died, there was basically nothing left to tank. And he lost most of his army. So yeah, from here, actually, I don't know if Marinelord remembers about the... Oh yeah, there he goes.
There, that's the telltale giveaway sign. The Red Palace is going to be coming up, securing a sacred site, a stone mine, as well as the large gold vein here. That is a premium age-up spot there. And with that Red Palace, it's going to be so much tougher for B to push into Marinelord's base with all of the extra reinforcements. And the Randy one, big shout-out. $300 donation. Thank you for supporting Age of RTS and the Homestead Cup. Much appreciated. Help us bring you guys more of these events in the future.
It was kind of risky by Marinelord, by the way, to go and make the Red Palace so far out. If B had a scout around, or even if
That
his
would have been
prelate,
brutal, yeah.
if his prelate scouted it, it would have maybe been a really, really rough moment for Marinelord. But yeah, now obviously he can make a second TC if he wants. I mean, he doesn't even need to, right? He has 84 villagers. But if he wants to, he can just go up.
Oh, he needs to pay attention there. Fight being found in the middle. Does pay attention. Snipes out the archers again.
Yeah, starts the Knight upgrade, Elite Knight upgrade instantly, which oftentimes lately I feel like whenever people reach Imperial, the first thing they do is Elite Archers, right?
Yeah.
And they just spam Archer. But interesting choice. I think it's good in this situation. He has 20 Knights, so if they get to Elite, it's gonna be... I mean, he could afford both of them, so no problem here. He could even afford the upgrade for the keep, you know, the even cheaper discount. So he's gonna be flying in 1 minute.
And that is before, well, not really before. Marinelord already has made a bunch of farms now in the back of his base as well. All very far away from B space, so getting to raid those, getting past all of the keeps, all of these emplacements is going to be pretty difficult. Fight once again being taken here. Actually, a lot of the javelin throwers did be like they were at the front there. So B now down to just 6 of them. And now upgrade has been researched. Elite Knights out there. Red Palace emplacement from the keep also just making this so difficult for B to take these type of engagements.
Yeah, and look at his food income. He has only 300 per minute. He's never gonna be Imperial. And Marinelord, in like 2 minutes, he's gonna be almost max out in Imperial.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have a lot of food income as well, now that I see it. But I think he had a lot of fun. Oh, okay, I see why.
He forgot to click.
Yeah, that
mill
happens
at the end.
to the best of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he could even go for like second TC now. I feel from here it's super hard to play from B side.
Yeah.
In fact, I think he might just try to finish it now, right? And I think he has
He's
the
got
numbers.
the army for it, right? Like B, it's just the remainder of the army, and with the elite on the archers, he's going to be able to take down even the armored units from B with relative ease.
Yeah, and B is slowly running out of army. His income doesn't look that great also. So we might be seeing the end of game 1 here. Honestly, if I was B, I wouldn't be very upset if he loses this one, because at the end of the day, it's Byzantine against French. French is a really strong C, right? It's not like you lost a really, really good matchup for you.
Yeah.
So
And
I
Byzantines in
think,
general so far in this tournament haven't been performing that great, I want to say.
yeah. Also, Marinelord loses one of his best seats.
Yeah.
It's because he's super good with French, obviously. For me, together with Lucifron, probably the best. But yeah, I don't know. Really solid game from Marinelord. Very few mistakes, very few windows that he left for B to do damage. Good map control. He denied Relic super well. He killed a few villagers. He played for the macro game like he usually does. And this is just typical clinical Marinelord, right? Zero mistakes, very clear and solid gameplay towards the late game. And just like that, it seems like game 1 is going to go for him.
Indeed, Cataphracts charging on through, still trying to get onto the back line, but the front line already completely eviscerated here. Javelin thrower still trying to pick off some of the archers, but now with the elite upgrade in, them also gaining just that little bit of extra health, it makes it harder to be able to one-shot them here. They just do so much more damage as well. Knights continuously charging in. There's still more and more Knights in queue at the moment from Marinelord. He's got the resource, he's got the income as well to be able to keep up with everything that B throws at him to try and keep him out of his base.
Yeah, even 800 more food on the guild hall right now that he could... I mean, he doesn't need to take it out, right? But that would potentially be like maybe 7 more Knights, which would be even
And then you could
deadlier.
switch it to gold, yeah.
He's now making Royal Bloodlines, so his Knights are gonna be even stronger in a few seconds.
I mean, there's just no way for B to like do damage to Marinelord's base at the moment because of all of the Red Palace emplacements out there. The only thing that he can really do is trade out against the military, where his upgrades are lacking behind by quite a bit. He's not allowed to get back out on gold as well. So there aren't going to be any more premium units coming out now. It's only Limitani and Horsemen even, alongside the olive oil units. And now Marinelord, he's just going to be pushing in. Incendiary arrows. And with that, he can just take down all the units from B. There's no need for him to back out any more of these engagements. And with that, I don't think that there's any chance left here for B to get a victory in game number 1. And GG gets called. Marinelord taking the lead in game number 1.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think it was a bad game from B. he got away with the early age up to castle, which was kind of nice. The only thing that was missing for me was the follow-up, right? And try to get some map control with cataphracts is the only way you can do it. And secure some relics. It was really hard for him to do that. Obviously, it's mostly Marinelord being super comfortable and playing great.
Got Wham here as well. All right, you can get a game to cast as well. All right, Wham. We're going to be moving on to game number 2. Player draft just came through. We're going to be seeing the IU bits coming in from Marinelord up against the Golden Horde from B.
I think that's an interesting matchup.
I think Golden Horde so far has just been doing so well all around. I think that they could easily win this one as well.
Yeah, and I think in this matchup in particular, and you see it a lot in this tournament actually, is Golden Horde versus Japan. Typically, Japan's a fast castle civ.
Yeah.
Albids is as well, and the Torguds are really good at diving. They have really high ranged armor, so you should expect to see B playing very, very aggressive here, I would imagine.
But now it's time for us to jump into our second game here of this set. We've got B playing as the Golden Horde, his opponent, Marinelord, playing as the Ayubits on Coastal Cliffs.
Yeah, and I feel like B kind of needs to, well, definitely wants to win this game. Golden Horde was one of his first pick civs, and Albids probably, I think Marinelord picked it like 4th or 5th.
Yeah, I mean, just judging the civilizations here based on their strengths, this is definitely one that B wants to win because he picked one of his strongest civilizations here for sure. I think Ayubits are pretty solid, like overall, right? Like they're Manganiques. That's like, I want to say like Manganiques used to be like one of the actual win conditions downright of the Ayubits, like get to 5 Manganiques and you type kind of like win the game there, so to say. That's been nerfed, but they still are solid overall with the Desert Raiders, with the Camel Lancers, and typically we always see that be accompanied by a big mass of archers, which Marinelord, you know, he's the archer expert.
He definitely is the archer expert. One of the things with Albids in particular, I think, is that Marinelord enjoys them a lot, and Albids have very, very strong archers. With the Sultan's Mamluk upgrade in H3, they get movement speed and damage.
Yeah.
2 things that archers really, really benefit from. So I would expect to see that out of Marinelord.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, looking at how things have spawned here now so far, something to always look out for when you're playing as the Golden Horde on a map like Coastal Cliffs is that the stone is very, very far away from your base, and it looks like B did find the stone immediately at the start of the game, did immediately scout for it, so did travel a little bit of an extra distance, but is getting that early trickle in of the stone. Definitely needed there if he wants to just be able to continuously mass up these Torguds and get that Batu Khan out nice and early. Looking at the sheep count right now, can we get a comparison of the sheep so far? I think this map has also been touched up a little bit when it comes to the sheep spawn. So the sheep do spawn closer to your TC at the beginning of the match and just makes it a lot more even for the players when it comes to the sheep distribution.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see here, pretty even sheep on both sides. Something you generally want to see. I mean, you don't want to see a game lopsided just because somebody found more sheep than the other player, right? And actually, we see logistics of the Marinelord. Not too surprising. I think this is the age up he really enjoys in age 2. But it did get enough in the most recent patch.
Yeah.
So it is a little bit less, not as good as before.
Yeah, the healing change, of course, meaning that units that are getting attacked are also going to be in combat alongside a little bit of a nerf to the AoE healing for the Dervishes. Definitely hit the Ayubits the most there. I think that's a pretty deserved nerf there for sure. And I mean, you still benefit from that heal throughout the entirety of your age as long as you're able to keep the Dervishes alive.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's, I mean, we can see Marinelord still picking it despite the nerf, so deserved and still good. I think the thing is that it allows you to defend without really building any units, and then once you get H3, you can pick up the relics immediately. So it has a lot of utility throughout the game.
Absolutely. Khan and Torgud's age up is now going to be coming in from B, so he will have the opportunity to try and pick off some villagers here nice and early with the Batu Khan as well as the Torguds, and it kind of forces Marinelord to really make sure that he's got his dervishes in position. And this is also going to be like one of the first stages where we can actually really feel that nerf of the dervishes coming in. Because previously it used to be that with the dervish, you're able to out-heal a knight, out-heal a king, out-heal a Batu Khan. Didn't matter what it was, because the villager would always receive the full 100% of the healing. Now, with the adjustment, a villager is going to be counting as in combat and will only receive 50% of the healing there. So they can actually easily get taken down. Well, not easily, but they can get taken down, so to say, when the dervishes are nearby.
Yeah, and something to note here is that with Albids in particular, you have to watch how much wood they're gathering in as they're aging to H2. And you can see that Marinelord has 5 on wood. He's dropped a stable. So he's definitely committing a little bit to H2 here. And I think it's just mostly because you see a lot of the time Golden Horde really pressuring their opponent and killing them if they try to be too greedy. And Marinelord respects that, and he understands that that's not the way he wants to die in this game.
Yeah. First Desecrator is going to be in queue now, so we'll be having a response to the Batu Khan early on. Second one already in queue as well. Only 2 villagers on gold, but we haven't really seen any upgrades being committed yet too, so it feels like that at the moment is purely for the upkeep on the Desert Raiders, and we'll most likely be looking at... I'm not sure if we're... Oh, little T-posing camel there, now it's moving again. Well, I'm not sure if we're going to be looking at even more Feudal Age production buildings or just an eventual outpost on the gold into an attempt at going for that fast castle age up. We've seen it a bunch of times now being attempted by civilizations that are going up against the Golden Horde. It hasn't worked so far.
Yeah, definitely. And something to note as well with Albids is the Golden Age. They need 10 buildings. Marinelord is definitely aware of that, and you either get that with a second production building, maybe a tower, and yeah, that's exactly what we're thinking, which one he's going to commit into here. And from what it looks like, he's not committing too much into military. Seems to be just these 2 camels, and
yeah,
actually has 0 on wood right now.
Yeah, he just switched all of the wood villagers over to gold. So now with 8 villagers on gold, it is looking like he's hyper-focused on getting that age up in. B on the other hand side, though, he's got 4 archers, he's got the Torguts. He's actually moving out to the boar now in the middle of the map as well. Wants to take that one down as well, so I will have some forward gathering there right next to the deer spot as well. So 1 fortified outpost can be securing a whole lot of value there out on the map. He's still in a good position to now just walk on forward and try and pressure Marinelord. If he just walks on forward any moment. Now, there we go.
And if I know my Marinelord, which I do, he's going to be hitting Industry very soon here. But it's also a very good age up into Golden Horde as well. Any really pressure civ, you want to be going for that immediate resources, which you can sell, which you can spend on ultras, which, you know, we all know he will do, so...
Yeah, and for those additional upgrades that you need, he can also just sell a little bit of the stone that he gets. So even if he doesn't... Oh, it's reinforcement wing instead. Okay, never mind.
I'm
Interesting.
wrong. That's tragic for me.
Ah, it's fine. I also wouldn't have expected it from Marinelord in particular, but especially in this matchup, going for reinforcement wing, if the Golden Horde suddenly arrives with like 50 archers inside of your base, 3 additional Desert Raiders just doesn't sound like too tempting of an offer.
It is interesting, though, because the one thing you do want versus these Desert Raiders is ultras, and B already has those on the field, so...
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Marinelord's game plan is up against B's army here. I would assume just defend and try to lose as much, like, not like anything, right? But he's not going to be able to mine gold for quite a bit here, I would think.
Yeah. Marinelord's doing a good amount of microing there with the dervishes, making sure that they are going to be keeping those Desert Raiders alive for as long as possible. Trades out nicely against one of the archers as well. We are actually getting a market in for Marinelord, even though he isn't going to be getting any additional resources with the age up.
Yeah, I wonder why he's going for that market. Seems a little bit odd.
Maybe just needs a little bit more gold for something. I mean, yeah, he needs veterancy, right? Like,
right. He's gonna, like, I guess you would sell wood in this position. He actually is getting a lot of value here, though. Like,
yeah, the healing's pretty good at the moment, and I mean that's the thing, right? The archers just don't doing bonus damage means that he can extract a lot of value from the dervishes with the healing.
Yeah, at some point you want to have enough archers that you can really, like, I mean, you need to at least, like, I would imagine 2-shot these Desert Raiders so that the healing doesn't become such a problem. And you can see, like, how much value Marinelord is getting
The
here. And
Crush
B,
just turning into a noodle there as he dies.
yeah, and B is... I'm a little concerned for B, actually. He doesn't really have that many
He's
units
not
on the
making
field.
more archers, yeah. At the moment, it's very few. He is just suddenly queuing up 4 more archers, but now the A-Job has come in. We see additional Desert Raiders coming in, and B has not managed to lock down the gold from Marinelord, so now he's just going to be out on the gold again with 9 villagers. That's a lot of Desert Raiders at the moment, and Veterancy has been queued up.
Yeah, and at this point, you just fight Desert Raiders versus Ultras, and you're just trading well. We do see one almost dying, and the Dova should not here to heal. So this is kind of an opportunity for B, but he's not really taking advantage of it, I would say. And
Marinelord's getting the relics in behind all of this.
yeah,
He is moving on towards the gold vein, though. Does push Marinelord off of that, at least for the time being. First Desert Raider did just go down as well. Still more archers in queue. It just takes a while for them to get all the way over.
he is moving 5 villages out. I almost feel like he's going to proxy tower on the deer. Kind of looks like that to me.
Yeah.
Super aggressive.
I'm never sure how seriously to take the donation messages. We had the message that Lash really needs a Coca-Cola right now, and now his Lash is seriously dry. Coke, please. So maybe we can get somebody from production to check up on Lash, see if he actually is dying of thirst right now.
It's very hard to tell, I think, with these ones in particular.
Yeah, I mean Twitch chat they're kind of wild in that regard. But 2 relics already secured now for Marinelord. We do see the mass from B steadily climbing though, but this is also the point where Marinelord has been able to afford at least a couple of Camel Lancers, and with only... Actually, it's a lot of Karash there, isn't it? 7 Karash already out there from B.
Yeah,
And now a fortified outpost? Okay, he really wants to lock down the gold now from Marinelord. Let's see, does Marinelord have any more gold? Not anywhere nearby. He really needs to move out far from his base. So that fortified outpost, can Marinelord see that at the moment? He can, yes, it looks like he did spot that one, and fight is being taken. Archers immediately focusing onto the Desert Raiders. Able to take the first one down as well.
Yeah, and this is where the fight gets scary. Like, kind of sketchy, I would say, for both sides. Marinelord really wants to take down the Spearman so that his Knights can really do damage here. And B has every unit at this point. He has Karash, Spearman, Ultras, and he's just trying to make as much as possible so that Marinelord really doesn't really know what to target here.
There's no blacksmith upgrades at all so far for Marinelord. He's actually going for +1 pierce damage before pierce armor. That is surprising to me.
Yeah, that is interesting. It almost feels like he's really relying on those Camel Raiders to actually kill the Spearman. He has nothing else really to kill the Spearman here. And you can see 13 Camel Raiders. That is his backbone of his army.
Yeah. Now he does have 3 relics. 3 relics means that there's going to be at least 2 Camel Lances every minute, with the third one's going to be 3. Actually, he's got every single relic in the game right now, so he can go up to 4 Camel Lances a minute just from the passive income from the relics at the moment, which is pretty good if he's able to actually secure that last one.
And he's been doing a great job at getting the relics. Something Marinelord always does very well, prioritizes that passive income. And that's at least some gold generation that, you know, he stopped him from getting mining gold, but he still has that in his backhand.
All right, getting confirmation that Lash will survive now that he's been offered up something to drink.
Yeah, and B targeting the monastery here, which is a nice...
That is big.
Yeah, it would be huge for him to take this out. I mean, just as we mentioned, like, this is Marinelord's access to gold at the moment.
Fight is being taken. Archers trying to focus down the Desert Raiders. Are going to be able to find some every now and then as well.
Yeah, I think the Desert Raiders are doing such a great job here, but this is just really, really tight fight. I'm not even sure who's winning this. I mean, super hard to call, I would say.
Yeah, sure is. But something to also keep in mind is that he's actually forcing Marinelord to keep a lot of villagers close to his TC to keep them garrisoned. And with that, just causing a lot of idle time as well. There aren't that many sheep anymore left underneath Marinelord's TC, so he doesn't really want them there. That's a constant back and forth to Woodline and the TC from a lot of the villagers, and just more and more reinforcements streaming across B. He's got a really, really large army now.
He does, and it's very scary to go up against this with as Marinelord, because you want to be targeting the Spearmen, you want to be targeting the Ultras, but you have so many that you're overkilling no matter what you do, and in that situation you just end up A-moving, and
Yeah.
it's really tough for Marinelord here.
Oh, fortified outpost at the moment. Looks to be getting focused down now by Marinelord.
Ooh, he's going for the bone, but I don't think he's going to get that in time.
Villagers also moving out.
Wow. Kind of desperate, I would say.
It is. Villagers actually jumping out. Wait, no, that's a couple of spearmen jumping out. But the army arrives now, and that's going to be a lot more villager idle time here. Villagers are going to have to move away from the gold. The fight is being taken. Spearmen at the front side as well. Actually, letting the archers also frontline a little bit here.
Some Desert Raiders going into melee, some unranged, but it looks to me like B is taking this right now.
Little Wallow attempt, but that one is going to get taken down very quickly, also reducing the gold income. Marinelord, he is getting absolutely decimated right now. Desert Raider numbers now in the single digits.
Wow, and B is, I mean, Marinelord is not mining, not gathering with all those villagers at the top. He's losing his villagers, he's losing his army. He might be H3, but it doesn't matter.
It does not. No more military units here for Marinelord they can really produce at this point. There is 0 food income for this man. And the archers taking down the remaining couple of Desert Raider, and GG gets called. B able to even out the series in game number 2. GG coming in, and man, what a game. The Golden Horde really proving in this tournament that they are the bane of any fast castle civilization in Age of Empires 4.
And we are going to see the matchup Japan versus Sengoku. Not one I think we've seen many times before.
Yeah, it is going to be Japan versus Sengoku, and now we're getting joined here on the cast by another expert. So welcome, Lucifron. Glad to have you here.
Hello, glad to be here.
Yeah, we got a lot of. I'm not sure if it's the air or something, but there's a lot of mustaches around here today.
Yeah, actually, I would say very good approach from B in this second game, right? Like sometimes you are tempted to go Castle Age as well when the opponent ages up, but he realized he could put a lot of pressure in the gold and took the game.
Yeah.
And now,
now?
we are just seeing a Rax opening, right?
Yeah.
On the Japanese player.
We go into our third game, and we've got B opening us up here with the Dark Age Barracks as the Japanese. His opponent, of course, playing as the Sengoku Daimyo, is opening us up with a Matsuri on the wood line. Actually, is the Matsuri... where's the gold located for Marinelord? If it's on the right side...
It is, yes.
It is, okay. So it's interesting that he put the Matsuri on the left side, actually, because he did have the blueprint on the right side, like in the range of the gold, but then cancelled it to put it on the left side. That's an interesting decision. It is in range in the berries, of the berries instead. Okay, never mind. The gold is so far away, it probably wouldn't have fit in range there either way. So decides to just be gathering wood here early on in the game. And this is something that I learned the hard way when you're up against Sengoku Daimyo and you go for like a Dark Age rush. They don't really care when they got the Matsuri on the wood because they can just sell 130 wood and have enough for the age up.
Yeah, that's something to keep in mind, right? Also, I'm curious what will be his priority with the Spearman, right? Because there's so many targets, like the gold, the Yatai is not... Like now with the Yatai HP nerf, then I would assume he's gonna try to look for those, right? Put some pressure there. And I'm also curious how many spears do you go for here, right? Because, again, there's so many targets that maybe you can benefit from actually going up to a higher count, like 5, 6 even.
Yeah, I could definitely go for a lot of spearmen here. I think you could also just try and continue shutting down the resource of your opponent by maybe going for an outpost follow-up on the gold as well. That would be an option. Then again, Sengoku Daimyo, they don't really need gold early on. The Yari Cavalry is pretty strong baseline. You could go for something like Mass Yari and Yumi Archers, which is typically the army composition that you want to go for with Sengoku in the Castle Age anyways, Cavalry and Archers. But we do actually see an answer to the early Spearman here from Marinelord as he is investing into his own barracks. Not discounted as the Japanese, though.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I guess he really wants the Yatai, like, to get max value from the Yatai, so he's deciding to actually defend them with his own Spearman. I'm very curious how this works out because this is not something I've played myself, so this is a bit of an unknown territory, even for the players. I'm not sure if they've ever been in this spot again. So yeah, as soon as V scouts the opponent's racks, he added one more Spearman, and I'm curious if he will even keep adding more, or if he will try to maybe age up quick and get some archers himself.
Yeah, Spearmen do find each other now on the gold vein. Yatai is also going to be moving back now after seeing that. So yeah, Marinelord's getting a little bit cornered when it comes to where he can actually put his Yatai. And B, oh, is he going to be trying? Yeah, he's spreading out the deer.
Yeah, maybe just like scouting for potential like Yatais that have sneaked around, right? Like maybe I would assume his scout is scouting somewhere, and then maybe with the spearman he checks a bit of the food around. Yeah, very curious. Not sure how many Yatai Marinelord actually got. Like at least I see one
see
moving towards the
two.
north, right?
Yeah, in the overlay we know that he's got two,
Oh,
so
right.
one probably inside of his base, and the other one he is sending out to topside now. He actually reinforcing his spearman numbers now. He did see Marinelord investing into spears, so now he realized, okay, maybe I should also go into some additional spears to try and keep up with the numbers. It's 4-4 at the front line now. B has 2 more coming in. Marinelord with 2 more in queue as well, though. He's going to be keeping up with the numbers.
Yeah, then again, B is already on gold, so I don't think he will add more spears. But then again, it's really hard for Marinelord to know, right? So he's seen only 4 for a while, so he assumes there are no more spear coming, and now he moves towards the
He
gold.
actually has the first blacksmith upgrade on his spearmen, so he has +1 damage on them. So if it were to come to an even fight, B spearman would be slightly favored. But he is now looking for that second Yatai from the looks of it.
That's actually very smart from B because it's a very cheap upgrade, like 35 gold, 15 stone, something along those lines. And it does make a difference, right, in this situation. So actually very, very good adaptation from B to get that in Dark Age already.
Yeah, so now Kura Starhouse is going to be coming up for B. Anonymous coming in with $50 donation. Thank you guys so much to everybody in the community for watching and donating, buying the merch and whatnot, helping us bring you guys these great AoE4 tournaments. And yeah, B finding Yatai out there on the field with a lot of spearmen, going for the immediate surround. Look at that. That Yatai isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, very nice move from B. Like he waited to attack until he had the surround just to make sure it couldn't move, right? And also, building the landmark with 6 villagers tells me that he wants to get feudal units, right? Like, this doesn't look to me like a fast castle build order.
Yeah. For Starhouse getting rushed up. Coca Township from Marinelord, so looks like Marinelord is actually going to be going for a, well, not so much cavalry-focused build as we've typically seen here from the Sengoku. And wait, is that spearman trapped next to the berries? Man, that's an unfortunate way to go out.
Yeah, let's see. B doesn't have too much wood though, so I'm not sure what's the plan here now that he ages up.
Can at least get the hardened upgrade in on the spearman, but needs to pull them all the way back in order to deal with the spearman inside of his base now. 15 villagers on wood now, so looks like I would assume that this is going to be more of a feudal versus feudal age game for the time being.
Yeah, definitely. At least from this side, for sure. Then Marinelord will see how he approaches it, right? It's gonna be, there's no way he can go fast castle right now. He doesn't have a tower, and B is putting the pressure now, and archers will soon be coming. So, yeah, I guess we will see feudal against feudal, right?
Ooh, spearman getting sniped out by the TC over there, though. And now spearman actually getting split up a little bit. Looks like B realized that the reinforcement, or rather the earlier spearman force from Marinelord, is going to be coming back at some point. So doesn't want all of his units to be caught up in an engagement there.
Yeah, I think he's also looking for Yatais. Like when you're against Sengoku, you're a bit paranoid that they may be like anywhere, right?
Well,
so,
like there, for example. Yeah.
Exactly. So he finds it in the board, but Marinelord is very close. I'm not sure if he can get the kill.
Oh, and the Shinobi as well is going to try and slow down the army here from B. Gets the first grenades off successfully. But B, nice distraction with a single spearman. Buys himself a little bit more time. Marinelord, though, likewise with the Shinobi up. B spreads out the spearman there individually.
Oh. Very good move with the formation too. Yeah, very, very good micro from B actually here. Wow, that was very good.
And Yumi Archer's now in production for B, so he will have an answer to the spearman out on the field. Marinelord with 10 villagers on gold, so he is going for the definitive Castle Age follow-up.
Yeah, looks like it, but B is for sure going to put the pressure. Then again, with Sengoku, even if you get kicked out of gold, you still have your brewery, right? So you still can gather some gold safely around the TC. So maybe that's the play here if he gets kicked out of there.
Yumi Archers now finding some connections onto the spears. First one will be going down, but it's going to be even more Yumi Archers now from B. He did also switch 5 villagers over to gold. Not as much as Marinelord, so it's not going to be... Wait. Never mind. Marinelord switched 7 villagers off of the gold again, so maybe he's not going... Never mind. It's just for the outpost. Okay. Boozled. So we'll still want to go for that fast castle age. Just gets that little bit of extra protection in beforehand.
Thing is, B doesn't know about it yet. I don't think he has scouted yet the gold. I see he's scouted right now on the north, on the berries and so on. He probably hasn't seen production, but until you actually check the gold, it's hard to know whether your opponent is going fast castle or not.
Now B also sending 10 villagers over to the gold, so both players going for that fast castle age. B with just a couple of additional archers though as well. Will be able to shut down the berries from Marinelord here. So at least it's going to be pressuring the food a little bit.
Yeah, potentially killing a house as well.
Oh, maybe 2 houses there. Yeah, that could be pretty big. That would get Marinelord to be housed. But looks like he is pivoting towards the outpost. I'm not sure if he can really do anything over there. It doesn't really look like it.
No, I think maybe he wants to walk around to poke a bit the gold, but yeah, it's slightly too late. Maybe he does eventually kick Marinelord out of gold, but I don't think.
I was looking for another Yatai, but that one is getting pulled back in time. Maybe gets a villager? No, oh, Shinobi coming in as well. It's a good defense there from Marinelord, and yeah, Saka Brewery is coming up behind this. B, very close though, is going to be able to follow it up with his own castle age as well.
Yeah, but I mean, Japanese knights are really good, but I do think Sengoku knights are a bit better when the numbers are the same.
Yeah. Without the movement speed upgrade, though, it doesn't come in that early, and Japan does immediately have the reflective armor. I think early on, at least, there should be a timing. And something to keep in mind, B gets the Onimusha. Sengoku Daimyo do not have the Onimusha available to them.
Yeah, that's very true.
We do see the Mounted Samurai coming in now for Marinelord, already the first one in queue. And does also have the ability to now start producing a daimyo as well, from the first daimyo manor.
Actually, I'm curious whether B will go for knights or straight for Onimushas. Like, it's very important where he places the first.
Stable, yeah. I mean, he's got double archer range, but only 1 stable. So yeah, it makes sense for him to drop it inside of the stable first. So we do see the Mounted Samurai coming in first. In theory, now also can just start adding in the Onimusha as a second unit behind it all. Oh, early Monastery from Marinelord, so definitely wants to keep up with the Shinto priest here that he, of course, is getting for free in as a Japanese. Now a little fight getting taken here. Archers still out on the field, though, are going to be able to pick off the Spearman there with relative ease. Double Mounted Samurai with the Uma Bannerman there as well, and looks like, oh, first Mounted Samurai is going to be going down here with just 1 Spearman remaining. B taking a good early trade.
Yeah, that was a good fight for B. And in the meantime, we still see all the 5 relics in the map. It's also kind of important who gets more in this type of situation where both will be spamming very, very gold-heavy units, especially in a map like Gords, where once you finish your first gold, the others are really exposed, right?
Now for both players, just pumping out those Mounted Samurai. The Kiriki Monks are also in queue for Marinelord, so he's making even more religious units to try and bring those relics back.
One thing to keep in mind, though, is that B can heal his knights with his priest, right? Whereas with Marinelord, he really cannot, right? So these traits where they both lose HP but nothing dies are actually good for B.
Yeah, very good indeed. And no Ryokan, as you mentioned, so no passive healing there as well. Marinelord taking the first relic, and oh, looks like B could potentially be picking up a first villager kill there. Never mind pathing. Being a little bit strange. Yeah, doesn't even get that villager there. The damage reduction. Debuff just being a little bit too hard. And oh, Mounted Samurai sticking a little bit too long around the TC. It's actually ending up losing its life there. Not the best trade out there, but overall, military numbers pretty even. Marinelord currently bringing back his first relic. Looks like both players tried to go for the same relic at the left-hand side of the map. Marinelord ended up being there first. But yeah, B, as you mentioned, really needs to make sure that he keeps his cavalry units alive, as he has the potential of healing the weak ones up again.
It's just a bit hard at this stage in the game because you actually want to contest the relics, right? So you don't have the time to heal for yourself, but eventually, I think eventually it will be quite important, right? So he just has to be careful.
Oh, loses the Madman now as well. So really needs to be careful here. Villagers also out on the berries. With the Springaloon placement outpost though, so does have a nice little line of defense to fall back to. And now we see a switch up into the Onimusha from B.
I think that's the correct call. Like knight against knight, I do think once the Sengoku once get the HP plus the Shinobi, it can be hard. But with Onimusha, he can get a lot done.
Yeah. There's no deflective armor on the Mounted Samurai as well. Oh, Waldo is going to get denied. Both players currently on one relic, but the Ikki Monk there from Marinelord is going to be able to bring one back over there as well. So it looks like it might just end up being a 3-2 relic split again here, similarly to the first game as well. It's only one on Onimusha actually. B started producing more Mounted Samurai again.
Yeah, I mean, maybe okay, he's mixing now some Onimusha as well. Yeah, I think you should spam both units, but I would really like to see the Onimusha count go a bit higher.
Yeah. After all, it is your crossbow replacement. Second stable now also with the Yorishiro, so 3 stables already out there. And with 2 Yorishiros inside of them, it's going to be a lot of production. And B, getting a nice little surround in there. This is does still, of course, have the deflective armor, helping him out there as well. But there is a daimyo, so the attack speed is greater for Marinelord. Looks like the fight overall, not the worst for B. And might also be able to pick off the Ikki Monk there right as it tries to bring back that one relic. But at the same time, Shinobi coming in, not a fight you want to take. Now that Shinobi are out on the field and B realizes, okay, that knight, he's been hit by the grenades. He's going to slow my entire army down. If I keep him in formation, does separate him. He's going to be able to keep his main army alive. But Ikki Monk is going to be able to secure the relic. So indeed, it's going to be that 3-2 relic split. Marinelord now also adding in farms on his side.
Yeah, those farms in the Matsuri range are actually really good, right? They take a 30% buff.
How many
so
traders are in the Matsuri right now, if we can quickly check? 3 traders at the moment, so a 15% villager gather rate increase. So halfway there to the 30%. Yeah, Onimusha numbers are starting to add up now.
Oh.
And all of the weak Mounted Samurai are now in danger of getting picked off just like that.
yeah, the last 2 minutes B has been trading really well. Like the destroyed value is now close to even. So I wonder if Marinelord keeps just spamming knights even though he's seen the Onimusha, or if he goes into something else like horsemen, for instance, or archers.
Horseman might be necessary for him. Oh, Onimusha, it's always dangerous when you keep them in formation as well, as they will always go to the backside. Could we see a charge back from B? It looks like it. The Onimusha still at the front line, though. It always hurts to see when you're going for the attack move with the Onimusha when they're getting smushed up against the front line. And it doesn't look like it's a good fight at all for B. He's losing a lot of the units, loses a lot of the Shinto priests here at the front line now as well. Some very, very weak knights. B still committing to the fight, actually. More reinforcement knights coming in. Very tough to judge the fight. I really didn't like that, especially with the Onimushas at the beginning.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I think the position in the Onimusha was really important there. Like I believe he lost like 3 or 4 very quickly, and these deal a lot of damage to the knight. So very unfortunate there. But the trade was slightly better for Marinelord, but nothing game ending, I believe.
Mounted Samurai coming in yet again. The Onimusha count is starting to pick up again, but once again a couple just getting taken down unnecessarily for the most part, I want to say. But it's 8 Mounted Samurai in queue at the moment for Marinelord. Just so many units in queue. 3 relics, Sacred Side victory locked in behind this. Just so many side objectives that Marinelord is focusing on at the same time while taking all of these trades. And I mean, playing with the Onimusha, it just also makes the micro a lot more important in these fights.
Yeah, Marinelord really wants to get to the level 3 of the unique stables, right? To get deflective armor himself and the extra. Oh, this is a very good fight for Marinelord.
Shinobi at the right moment in time. The entire army slowed down now by B. Spreads out, but still loses a lot of the units there. Now it's 16 mounted samurai. Double the numbers at the moment for Marinelord. Gets another Onimusha down there as well. And a lot of the knights still very low HP for B, and a ton of farms at the moment there for Marinelord as well at the same time. Fight once again is getting taken. Onimusha numbers looking a lot more healthy now this time around. And yeah, now with the Onimusha count being a lot higher, B actually able to pick off a lot of these weaker mounted samurai from Marinelord before they try and weasel their way out of the engagement.
Yeah, but it seems Marinelord is still confident that with mass knights he can eventually win these trades, right? I guess with the Shinobis, like one good engage and your opponent cannot run away, right? And then you can pretty much clean the army.
Oh, good surround from Marinelord. Hid behind the tree line there. But the Onimusha count, we're getting close to the point where they can actually start one-shotting these mounted samurai. That's where these fights really get a lot more difficult, and we do see Marinelord. I believe that is a Yari Cavalry or another Daimyo, either or. It is a Daimyo, not a Yari Cavalry, so we're not seeing Horsemen anytime soon. Up to 17 on Onimusha now, so right around the point where he can start one-shotting the Mounted Samurai. Mounted Samurai now looking to, I guess, deny the Sacred Side victory decap. Oh, and Marinelord's also moving out to the large gold vein. That is exactly where B is going for at the moment.
Getting a second Matsuri because she already has the 30% buff in the main one, right? So
yeah,
he redirects everything there.
Onimusha, please don't get squashed behind this time. And oh my god, the Shinobi coming in again. Army is getting slowed. B trying his best to get away. Body blocks with the Mounted Samurai that he has. Oh, reinforcements are here though. This is the entire army now from B. That is not something that Marinelord can fight easily. But we are also seeing a switch up now into Yari Cavalry. Some horsemen getting added in alongside the Mounted Samurai.
Yeah, I guess at this point the Onimusha count is too high, and he realized that maybe now he really needs something else to deal with them.
His food income is also looking pretty good at this point. Has added in a lot of farms on his side as well. Outpost with a Springald emplacement. It's going to be tough to fight around. He's got 37 villagers on gold. Is this the moment? I mean, Imperial Age. That would be a little bit too greedy, I feel like, at the moment. And he does reinvest into units, just was floating a lot of resource there for a moment.
I mean, there's still a few upgrades that he can get, so maybe he wants to invest into those. These towers are really good for Marinelord. Like it prevents the opponent from really diving.
Yari Cavalry have been spotted out now by B. B, in theory, with the cheaper barracks, could also do a pretty quick transition into just Spearmen as a frontline as well. Would be possible. But looks like a fight could be on the horizon here. Could be about to get forced. Marinelord is getting stuck on the Shinto Breeze. That buys B a lot of valuable time here to reposition with the Onimusha's. Fight is being taken, but the Yari Cavalry just diving past, going for the Onimusha. 26 of them out now at the moment, so very, very high numbers here. But Marinelord still confident in the melee-only army composition.
Yeah, now the Yari count is really high. Like, a good fight with Shinobis, and it will be really hard for B to run away, so he has to be really careful.
He could spawn the Shinobis behind him. And there it is, Shinobis are coming in. B. Oh, this is rough. This is really, really rough. Onimusha trying their best. They're in line formation at the moment. A lot of the Yari do get connections in on them. A lot of the Onimusha already went down relatively early here. And Marinelord, he's just diving past. He is going straight for the Onimusha. And if not for the Onimusha, he is trapping in. He's trapping in all of the Mounted Samurai. There's only 5 Mounted Samurai now up there for B. Marinelord on 21 remaining at the moment. And all of the Onimusha is just going down. They're getting mowed down very quickly by the Yari Cavalry as they just take down 3 with a single attack.
Beautiful engage there with the Shinobis. Like as soon as he got the slow in the Onimusha, he just went for it and cleaned most of the army.
Marinelord diving all the way into the base now from B. He is not worried at all. He knows his position. He knows that his army is really, really tanky up against the TC fire, up against the outposts here, up against the couple of Onimushas that are remaining. And the entire economy from B is getting idled out completely. He's trying to reinforce with more and more Mounted Samurai, but now that the food economy is standing still and Marinelord still with 5 Mounted Samurai and more coming in production, there's just no way for B to get Marinelord out of his base anytime soon. Villagers getting idled out, and I think GG is going to be getting called, and indeed Marinelord able to take the lead again. Sengoku Daimyo. I mean, in this match, it looked pretty close in between with the Onimusha. There was a real chance, a really solid chance, actually, for B to win some of these crucial fights. I honestly think that maybe some Spearmen there, like a Spearman switch-up, could have been the correct choice ever since he saw the Yari Cavalry, but it's such a tough call to make since you give up so much of the mobility when it comes to your army composition and maneuverability. The Malians will get sniped out, so we will end up with a Macedonians versus Delhi Sultanate. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they fare up against the Delhi, but looks like I'm going to be getting joined now by another El Muchacho here.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about earlier, it's something must be up with the Serbian air here, as a lot of the people are just growing mustaches left, right, front, and center.
Yeah, you're looking clean there. You're a little bit...
I
Your
got
might
some...
be falling off, by the way. You might want to be careful.
Well,
You might want to stick it back on there.
it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, it's going to be Macedonians versus Delhi on
okay,
ball.
that's rough.
Yeah.
I'm an expert in this matchup. I went 0-3 in one of the tournaments with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, as the Delhi or as the Macedonians?
As the Delhi.
As the Delhi, yeah.
That's when I found out it's
Yeah.
a rough matchup, it seems. But you know what? If there's anyone who could cook up something unusual, something out there, and
Has to
get
be
the
B.
W, it's got to be B.
Exactly. So we're jumping on into our game number 4 straight away. And we've got B, once again, playing here in the color green as the Delhi Sultanate. His opponent in the color pink playing as the Macedonian dynasty. It's going to be Marinelord. And yeah, what is this? Like, it's the battle of silver versus knowledge.
Right. And usually in medieval battles, silver wins.
I mean, having a sword made out of silver up against somebody just throwing books at you, yeah.
Or a sword made out of knowledge.
Knowledge, yeah.
She's got them smart swords. But yeah, so this is going to be a pretty rough one. I mean, B didn't veto Macedonian, right? So he obviously knew that there's a possibility of this matchup. So maybe he's got something planned. Maybe he's got something cooking. We might see like a fast castle Delhi. Who knows? Because I think feudal fighting is just not the way to go, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely awkward when you're paying a premium for your horsemen, right, with the Ghazi Raiders, and then there's this other guy, and he's just getting that additional damage without paying that premium with the Hippodrome horseman.
Well, he paid premium by buying the DLC.
True, actually.
So
True.
you gotta think about it that way. So we see a couple of sheep being yoinked, but most of them are safe, so he will be fine. And we see, let's look at his spawn. So Marinelord's got forward gold, so any kind of attempt of getting faster castle is gonna be spotted pretty easily. B's food is very forward, so all the berries are forward, nothing in the back, which is kind of what you don't want on Bald Land, I feel like.
Yeah, it's both to the side. At the very least, it's like on opposing sides. There's a berry bush, so it's not like on the same side forward.
Yeah,
that would be even worse.
Yeah, so he's got wood lines that are safe, so I guess that's nice. And Delhi does use a lot of wood, so he'll be, for Delhi, it's better to have like wood in the back than gold or stone because you don't really use those too much. So I'm assuming Pro Scout is going to be had as well for B since it's free, so might as well. And Hippodrome age up with 3.
3 on the Imperial Hippodrome. Dome of the Faith now coming in here for B. Not a big surprise there, getting that discount on that knowledge. Definitely valuable here throughout the game. And a fast castle would definitely be interesting. When it comes to a civilization that is as heavy on the cavalry as the Macedonian dynasty, having those elephants is nice. They're just a little bit slow.
And the question is, do Ridari lose to elephants? I would assume so. I would hope so.
You know, there's been a couple of nerfs on them, on the Ridari.
Now they still...
They still slap, yeah.
But I'm assuming elephants would beat them pretty badly. So
At this point, hopefully.
if you can get in position where you have elephant archer type of comp, I feel like that could be pretty nice.
Archers to
Delhi.
snipe out crossbows, yeah.
Yeah. But I think until that point, especially with the champions early, I think it's just a rough game. And we see already Marinelord feeling good enough to just go for the forward deer, the three pack. And I kind of wonder if he will go for tower, or is he just going to rely on horses? Because, you know, B can just rally Ghazi and just kill the villagers. So kind of need something there. Maybe a fast barracks for some spearmen. We are about to find out.
Yeah, I mean, the Ghazi still have like 1 more damage compared to the Horsemen with the buff from the Horseman, Hippodrome Horseman. So they should still fare better in a straight head-to-head engagement. And you can always still heal up the Ghazi Raiders with your Scholars. So the engagement shouldn't be the worst there if B just tries to mirror Horsemen.
Yeah, it shouldn't, but somehow it is.
Oh,
That's the
sometimes
that's,
it do be like that.
It do be like that. So let's see who's gonna. Okay, both are going horsemen, and I always like to see this. Who goes for who becomes the chicken, you know, and transitions to something else. But I think Marinelord will make spears first, because I think
You
if
calling
Delhi,
him a chicken?
I just think that if both make horsemen, like Macedonian's probably in trouble, because B can also heal, right? So he can just trade heal. So yeah, there we see
There's
the
a
stronghold and probably spearman queued up immediately.
Definitely makes a lot of sense here for Marinelord to go for some additional spears.
Yeah, and the first horseman arrives at B's base. Obviously, Delhi's horses are a bit delayed because just because how the Civ works.
Yeah.
But there's the first Ghazi, and any damage Marinelord takes, it's permanent, so he doesn't want to stay here, actually. He just wants to run away. Otherwise, that horseman might get to like half HP or something like that.
Hippodrome Scout is moving out now as well, so Marinelord has that additional scout early on just to be able to really get all of that knowledge as well when it comes to what B is cooking, being able to scout around the sides with double scouts. And now, a couple of spearmen to defend the deer, as you said. It's looking good so far for Marinelord. We don't have any major move out yet when it comes to gold villagers from him. And no arsenal as well.
Yeah, he's not... Okay, that was close. He was not covering that scout, but
yeah,
you know, if you want to lose scout, Macedonian Dynasty is probably the Civ to do it on, because you got a free one, and that's a lot better. So he does keep that scout alive. The stronghold is spamming the spearman right here, and once again, any damage B takes, as long as he doesn't lose units, he can just go back and heal up. So that's gonna be pretty nice for him. The upgrades are coming, so we see Pro Scouting is getting upgraded. So obviously he's going to be picking those up. I mean, they're free. You know, you might as well do it. The question is, how many can you actually get back, considering Marinelord is making a lot of units?
Yeah, so B might actually need to go for some archers, and we do see the archer range coming in from him. A lot of villagers on wood. I think you might still need to add in spearmen as well as the Delhi Sultanate, just because it's always so difficult to try and body block with the Ghazi Raiders up against horsemen and spearmen when you're playing with horsemen and archers.
Well, the real problem comes when the Ridari champion comes out, then the spearmen are just running really fast, and the target fire kiting doesn't really work as well. So we see the second champion has arrived. Some harassment on the gold. B is unable to gather that gold, so he does have 5 scholars. He could make another one as well, but that might be the point where he's like, yeah, I'm not going to make any more for now. So we'll see if that is his decision, in which case he's probably just going to commit to full feudal fighting.
Archers now being massed up slowly but surely with the efficient production. And oh, Ghazi Raider is getting taken down.
Oh, B not paying attention.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
are big losses. But on the other side, he's getting a little fight. Kills a horseman, but I don't think that was worth it.
Yeah, absolutely not. That did not feel good. We do actually have the first Sacred Site being captured up at the moment by B. Wondering if you can actually take that Sacred Site, though, with the amount of units that are out there at the moment. Yeah, Scholars are going to have to do a little retreat here. Tactical retreat, as they are getting found out by the Hippodrome units and the Archers as well, just as they were in the making, getting found out early on, trying to focus the Adgemathe there.
Wow. I mean, this is just from bad to worse for B. Loses, I think, 3 Archers total, which is basically how many he had, right?
Yeah.
He did kill a Spearman, but, you know, at this point you want to be taking Sacred Sites. And looking at the army count, 7 Ghazi versus 8 Spearmen, 4 Horsemen, and 2 Champions, there's no way for him to take Sacred Sites anytime soon.
He's going to be using this moment in time now to heal up the Ghazis back to full. Marinelord still hasn't made a move out yet. Now, even after like getting this little bit of an early advantage, typically we see players like try and capitalize on the situation, go for potential greed into the Castle Age, but Marinelord, he's sticking it out in Feudal Age, adding in more Spearmen, more Horsemen. He's happy with just riding this one out in the Feudal Age for the time being.
Yeah, I mean, especially after getting these fights, right? He doesn't need to risk trying to age up or anything like that. He's trying to get a jump on the Archers, and yeah, I mean, if you just don't have any Spearmen, like you mentioned earlier, to cover for the Archers, he's just going to get run over, and I think this game is looking really, really rough for B already.
Yeah. Another Archer is going to be getting taken down. Ghazi Raider numbers not really increasing for the time being. And these fights, looking at the destroyed army value, Marinelord always up 1,000 resources at the moment early on in the game. Was that a Varangian for a second that I saw there in Marinelord's queue? It was for sure, but he cancelled that one up again.
Yeah, that's another option you can do, like mass Varangian guards, but I don't think he needs to, you know, like he can just keep doing this. It's already looking good, and you know, if B wants to transition to Spearmen, well, the thing about Macedonia is he already has production for the Archers too, right? So he can just quickly switch to it. But yeah, the army count is definitely favoring Marinelord right now. Is he going to try again for the Sacred Sites, or is he going to try to do a little run-by? Nah, he's going to go back and defend because he's getting a lot of idle time.
Yeah, and there's the Hippodrome Radari now also coming in for Marinelord. So now the infantry is going to be super fast as well. Ghazi Raiders trying to... They can't quite get a body block on any of these horsemen, so none of them will be going down. Villagers actually getting super idled out right now.
Oh my god, that's the A move of, you know, when you're like trying to fight as fast as possible and you don't see the villagers are there.
And the spearmen in the stealth forest.
Wow.
Oh, without the scout B, he didn't see it coming in.
Yeah, and the champion is now out. The Ridari champion. So these spearmen are about to be a lot better than they just were. You can see them already charging, running way faster. The villagers are getting idled, and the archers
with the villagers, right?
Yeah, he has to turn around because this is his
the archers are done. They're just obliterated in an instant.
And Marinelord at this point, he doesn't need to dive because he's already causing a lot of idle time right there. And like I said, all the food for B is, you know, forward. So he has to go somewhere forward, and either way, he will have to fight.
Yeah, definitely will have to. But it just feels like such an impossible thing for him right now. Marinelord, he's saving up a lot of food as well. He just moved 13 villagers over to gold now. So the castle age up from Marinelord is right around the corner. He should be able to get that up within the next minute.
Yeah, and if we look at the destroyed value, I mean, this isn't a case of like one guy's 2TC or fast castling. They're both making units in Feudal. It's just the trades were so much worse for B that it... Even though they're both committing to army, one side is just winning by such a large margin that he basically still has more units, and he will be able to go castle at the same time.
Yeah. Absolutely brutal timing here now for B, and he's finding his horsemen almost getting trapped by Marinelord there. That would have been even worse for him. One scout still active from Marinelord, looking for these resources, looking for the berries, and will actually find the villagers if he keeps walking there that just moved out to the berry bush there. Now age up is going to be coming in. Golden Horn Tower. Wonder where that one's going to be coming in. This fight is one that B actually could take. Just needs to be careful. There's a single spearman in the army mix as well. And there is still the Hippodrome champion, being as, you know, broken as usual. He's been pruned a little bit, but he's still a chat.
Yeah, and there's the Golden Horde Tower. It's just going to secure that deer pack and the small gold. So he didn't go too greedy with it. But yeah, oh my god, that is a disaster.
Yeah, the Ghazi were a little bit confused as to where to go there for a second. B still messing up the archers, only just now going into some spearmen as well. But the age up right around the corner. Honestly, like, I could see this just being a GG the second Castle Age comes in.
Yeah, I mean, he's just, like I said, so far behind, and the destroyed value is basically the whole castle that he's getting for free. So is B gonna tap out? Is he gonna stay in? It is not something he wants to see, and he's just gonna tap out immediately. Says, not for me.
Yeah, definitely a relatable moment there when you're so far behind and the opponent, just to make it worse, gets the age up in. When you're so far away from it and not even able to really contest the army on the field for that moment in time. Now, Marinelord, he is going to be pulling on further and ahead, and he's actually now going to be on match point.
Yeah, so we see KT Mongol picked and Tuklak Order of the Dragon. So he did not want to play Order of the Dragon into Mongol because it's a very rough matchup for OTD. So he decides, you know what, I would rather play against KT here. But what I was going to say is usually the civs that are remaining is the civs that are vetoed on land. Like, they're too strong. But both China and Mali, and you can play on these maps. Especially China, you can play it on Caligula or on Four Lakes or on Frisian. Whereas Mali, and maybe not on Four Lakes, but you could definitely play it on the other two. But the players are just opting for the water civilizations.
All right, looks like we are going to be getting that Dark Age barracks on up here. Actually, from Marinelord, so we are going to be seeing some Order of the Dragon. Early Gilded Spearman coming on in here. And B also going with his own spear, so we will have spearman fights early on in the game.
So I think what's happening, and I might be completely like off. Obviously, I'm just casting here. I'm not in the. Well,
we're not on the analysis.
I was going to say I'm not in the semifinals like these guys, but potato. But what I was going to say is, I think Marinelord is more hoping to run into the dock first. Yeah. He's not hoping like, I hope you're going barracks so we can fight it out. So I think the best thing to do if you think your opponent is going to go for spearmen in this matchup as OTD is to just age up quicker and do something with that. So we will see. They're both scouting each other. Marinelord did get confirmation that there is a barracks, and B is right now scouting. And you can see the different types of scouting. So Marinelord is scouting straight for the base, and B was scouting for the dock. So you can kind of see what their goals are with those first spearmen. And I think neither of them may be finding what they wanted to.
Yeah, Marinelord just keeping the spearman inside of his base at the moment. Doesn't really have a clear target to send a spearman out to, other than maybe that scout right as he's running by, giving B the confirmation that indeed it is also a Dark Age barracks play from Marinelord. Yeah, B utilizing his spearman now to try and lure the deer in closer towards his base, and the only player right now still making spearman is Marinelord.
Yeah, so this is now a little bit of a weird one. It's like a game of chicken almost, right? It's like who's going to stop making spearmen and who's going to age up first. But if you get notice that you're aging up, you might get punished for it. So, yeah, it can be kind of rough. It also, we might enter extended Dark Age where one of them adds a dock and just keeps making spearmen. So, for now, let's push those deer in, make sure we have enough food because this map does not have a lot of sheep. But you do start with those deer in your base.
Now third Gilded Spearman from Marinelord. He's really expecting B either to be making a lot of spears or he wants to start punishing onto the gold mine of B before the age up comes in. 3 villagers from B on gold though, so he should be able to get the age up in time, I want to say, or just about to. Might actually need to pull a couple of additional villagers for it.
Yeah, and B is the one that's, trying to sneak in the age up. and he will not be able to. And now you see him going back to Spearman production. So this is going to be pretty nice for Marinelord. He basically has 6 Spearmen versus 3 right now in terms of value. Ooh, the Scout almost going down. That is really, really bad. Like, losing Scout this early in the game, you will not have any information on what your opponent is doing.
And he still might lose it, but does manage to bring it on back in time. Little housing situation going on there. Marinelord now moving out to gold on his side. B, likewise, also going back out to gold, so should be able to get the age up in without investing into many more Spearmen. Actually, a 4th Spearman now in queue from Marinelord as well. So I think overall, trade-out-wise, this is probably fine for B. Just a little bit of idle time on the villagers there, but nothing too bad.
Yeah, I mean, B basically made less, right? And he will manage to age up, so he's probably pretty happy with this. Not enough gold to upgrade the Spearman, I think. Unless they somehow drop off now, but I'm pretty sure that is not enough. But he does have enough for the age up, and he will be getting the age up going. Oh, he does have. Wow, exactly.
I think the overlay is a little bit later, but yeah. Able to get enough resources in for the Horde upgrade there. And there it is. Knight's Hospitaller now going to be coming in for B, so we'll be able to get a little bit more bonus health on the villagers, a little bit of additional movement speed there, and of course access to Feudal Age healing, which, if it goes to an extended Feudal Age fight, or just Feudal Age game in general, can be quite nice. I think I've tried this before, like going for Mass Hospitaller up against the Order of the Dragon. Against normal men-at-arms, it's really, really good. Like, normal men-at-arms, they just cannot touch the Hospitaller Knights. They out-heal easily. But the Gilded men-at-arms, they just hum when it comes to the damage numbers so hard that no amount of healing is going to be able to really deal with that.
Yeah, and now we're in a situation where he can mass up units, like you mentioned earlier, a lot easier. But going for these docks on both sides is a lot harder for KT. I mean, that's 500 wood you need to invest. So we can already see Marinelord with that dock up, where B is now putting one on the right side of the map. And if they manage to split the map, considering how the game started, I think both of them will be like, you know what, you take that, I'll take this, and we'll kind of go from there. So pretty equal economy, I would say, where, of course, OTD is going to have slightly better eco early on because of that chapel.
Arcan Chapel just about able to finish on up. Pilgrims already coming in for B. Now, First Harbor also coming on in. I think the archer range also just got dropped for B, so we'll see some archers soon out as well.
Yeah, and B is moving his army. He wants to start fighting, start torching. Equal spearman count. And they're just torching each other's docks right now, so... Okay, that's Spearman taking a little bit of damage. Now, B's docks have way more HP. Ooh, and he will be
demo ship.
Sneaky Snake.
Oh, okay, he's expecting it, though. He's spreading the Spearman out.
Oh, the Pilgrim?
Wow,
doesn't
goes
get
down.
it. Doesn't get it. Wow. Okay. He doesn't need gold necessarily early on, you know, maybe for, like, wheelbear or something, but... Oh! Wow,
it's a
fishing
ship.
boat
That's
goes
pretty
down.
big.
Yeah. And on the other side, we have the galley that's going to just push the spearmen away. And I think if they both decide to make fighting boats, that might be the end for now. But I think this dock is low enough for him to commit if he wanted to. He would just need to spread the spearmen quite a lot more, and he is sticking with it. So Marinelord will be losing the dock.
So very big pickoff here by B. There's a couple of archers also going to be coming in now, so we'll be able to deal with those spearmen up there. And Doc, as you said, is getting taken down. Only loses a single spearman, maybe more now that they charge in onto the galley. And he does have access to the Hospitaller Knight, so all of these spearmen could get healed up with a single Hospitaller Knight. That is assuming that they make it back to safety, as there are a couple of very beefy spearmen on a high-protein diet chasing after them.
Yeah, I think they might be cooked. There's archers coming, but Marinelord is throwing the dock on the other side. B has the galley, but it was not patrolling all the way up, and that dock will go up from Marinelord.
Little distraction there. Villager does get spotted out, though, right as he's moving out to build that next dock, and now archers also coming in for Marinelord.
Wow, there it is. He spots it. No sprinkled ship yet, but B potentially might now need to make fighting ships on that side, which is not necessarily what he wanted to do. And then we see Springle ship for Marinelord, and most likely soon something for B to fight that.
Archers trading out a little bit here up against the Spearmen. Not quite enough archer numbers here yet for B, but Order of the Dragon, you can be sure.
What?
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Where's that guy going?
Yeah, so
actor?
there's a bug where if the sacred site is near water but too close to the land, and we can see it in B's face, he does not like that. So there's a bug where if it transforms to a ship, it will not deliver, instead it will go to the other sacred site.
That is painful.
I don't know if it has to do with him reordering the sacred site for pilgrims to the other one, or it just happens automatically, but yeah, that was definitely a sigh of hair loss.
Anguish, yeah.
Yeah.
That is the sacred side of instant agony.
Wait, B lost a galley there.
Oh yeah. Marinelord docking this side, and he is looking for that pilgrim. He is looking for it.
That pilgrim is speedrunning. Is he gonna make it? Psych,
Nah.
not today. Wow. And B is not happy.
He's not feeling it.
because he has not been mining gold. Maybe he was waiting for that gold in order to make a demo ship or Springle
Yeah.
ship, and now he has 6 on gold, as we can see. Night Hospitaller is healing up, like you mentioned. And the unit count from Marinelord is pretty good. 6 OTD archers right now, making demo ships and getting control of both water.
Galley is starting to push on further forward alongside the Springle ship here. Springle ship now in queue for B. Oh, and he's going to have to garrison some of these fishing ships now. Unless he wants to lose them.
Oh,
Two go down. Unfortunate, these losses here.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be the water control going over to Marinelord. Now, we see B is docking on the left side, so he might try to fight there. To be fair, Marinelord did lose a dock on the left side and managed to regain on the right, but another
Oh,
pilgrim.
body block potentially on the archer ship here.
But there's a demo
There's a
ship.
demo, but
cracking.
there's
Don't
archers
look.
as well. The archers
Don't
could
look.
take care of the demo ship, but they don't.
Wow.
Wait, does it live? It doesn't.
9.
Wishful thinking.
9. And we saw B, I don't know if you saw that, but he took his hand off the keyboard to pet his cheek. Because
Yeah.
that is a big loss right there. And the army count is heavily in his favor, but it's a little bit deceptive. This is 20 archers for OTD, basically. So it is not the army supply that it says it is. And both players are just massing archers right now.
Yeah. To be fair, archers from Knights Templar, they fare a lot better than archers from Order of the Dragon in mass, as both players get like to the point of being able to one-shot the archers on the other side. Just because when you have more, you can potentially even start like getting into different groups, and it takes a lot longer for the Order of the Dragon archers to like pick off enough archers to stop the opponent from having the critical mass to one-shot.
And we see B with +1 attack and Marinelord no upgrade. So that was a pretty decent trade for B, and it seems like he's really leaning onto that land play. And wow, that is...
A lot of food income there for Marinelord, or potential food income.
Yeah, pretty rare, I feel like. Usually
Yeah.
people choose to just go on deer or maybe even berries, but he's just going to be gathering the fish at the top side. Springle ship, but is there a demo coming? No, there's
That's
not.
a
That's a
fishing
more
ship,
fishing
yeah.
ship coming, yeah. So this galley will be going down. Marinelord notices. Is it too late? Nah.
Oh, it's pretty big as
Clean.
well. Now he can take down all of the fishing here with his archers, potentially. At the same time, there is an attack coming in on the other river. Archers. Oh, is he not paying attention? He is.
Okay, big demo hit on the fishing ships. Damages 3, kills 1. The fight is happening. Again, B has +1 attack, and they literally just have archers and nothing else. So this is definitely the fight he wants to take, and Marinelord kind of losing the control on land a little bit. He is just going with archers, but because there is that +1, the DPS is a lot higher in B's army. Marinelord is not having anything to tank for these archers, and he is just getting them picked off one by one. And one thing to mention is the chapel that I said that OTD will have higher income. I'm pretty sure that woodline is kind of almost out of range of the chapel.
Yeah. Oh, B.
He is just...
90 degrees with the head tilt there for a second. Trying to see the game from a different angle.
Yeah, he needs a new perspective in this game.
But he's in a good spot at the moment, looking at the military count.
Yeah, I think maybe it's just like I don't know if it's the pilgrims that keep getting picked off, or maybe he got another demo somewhere. But it is looking pretty good. Maybe his neck is stiff.
Could be.
We don't know what's happening there, but yeah, this is looking pretty rough for Marinelord. A game that started off really well, but I feel like he just oh, now he's mixing in men-at-arms, but I
yeah.
feel like a little bit too late.
He's got 10 villagers on gold. Is this maybe also like a Castle Age follow-up from Marinelord?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, we saw him with about 600-700 food, and then he queued up 3 men-at-arms, so he might be trying to do that, and he's mining in the back, so he's being a little sneaky snake about it. The question is B going to notice? But if we look on B's side, he's got 9 on gold, so he is having a very similar idea.
Yeah, so could be a Castle Age face-off here between the two. B, there's no demo ship at the moment in the queue. There is one out there from B, actually, and he's sneaking it all the way through. Doesn't get the connection in, though.
Wow. Almost super clean, but he does get the Springle ship, which is nice. He's going to kill, or the Arrow ship is going to get the Springle ship too, and Marinelord's investing a lot more on water than B is, I will say.
Yeah.
And Marinelord, even though he's investing, he's actually losing water to archers and some spearmen and horsemen. So, Marinelord spending all his food, Crackety. He's got 200 food.
He's pumping out more of these premium men-at-arm units, but against the current mass here from B, I don't really think that is going to be enough. He's trying it, though, sending the units out forward. Still doesn't have pierce armor at this point in time. Oh, there's another connection, but fishing ships are there to heal on up.
Clean.
Connections on both sides.
That's clean. That was way better for B. He was basically just repairing. The demo ship hit at unfortunate time, and if B just pushes through with some repair ships, Marinelord might be losing both water sides at the same time. The horsemen are coming in, picking off the archers. Marinelord no +1 attack on the ranged units still. So he's just not doing as much damage as B is. On top of that, B just has way more archers right now.
B is trying to continuously push in deeper up against the archers now, once again, picking them off. Now having the men-at-arms surrounded is also going to be taking all of them down. Loses a couple of archers, but there's nothing inside the TC, so the TC isn't helping out too much here.
Actually, don't look at the food income.
Okay,
No, I said don't look, and
yeah,
then,
I'm not
and
looking.
then you looked
It's
on
fine,
both
it's fine.
sides.
Okay,
Yeah.
I might have looked. I might have glanced a little bit there.
Yeah, what do you do now? 29 on wood? He just moved on, I don't know, he moved 15 villagers somewhere. Do you just spam farms? Do you go on berries and hope that works? I am not sure. He's going to
Trading
buy some
out,
food for
yeah.
sure. Looking very, very rough. And at this point, once you start getting like the side deer and side boar on this map, your economy kind of just skyrockets. And Marinelord is in no position to harass or counterattack or anything like that.
Yeah.
And B is just putting a lot of pressure.
I feel like you just need the gifted hands of core if you really want to pull the Order of the Dragons off here. It's not looking too well at the moment for Marinelord. Archers now getting picked off right inside the base, and GG comes in. B able to, I want to say, decrease the gap there between him and Marinelord in this set now. 3-2, up from 3-1.
B getting the win, and one thing that's kind of funny to me when I see this, but B picked all the land maps, which technically doesn't matter because it's a best of 7, but it's just funny seeing land maps on B side. Marinelord picked all the water maps. Marinelord won all the land maps, and now B won the first water map. And, you know, if that's any indication, we have 2 more water maps coming up, so...
Exactly. So B might now be, feeling a little bit better after this victory, even though, there were a couple of moments there that definitely had him sweating, had him, sigh, maybe tilt the head 90 degrees.
I'm gonna say Mongol Malian.
Okay, yeah, I could see, yeah.
Yeah, he's crazy like that.
Mongol Lancaster.
Wow.
Up against Tuklak Shushi. Okay.
So what are we... So that means that on 4 lakes... Okay, he's definitely not going to pick Malian on 4 lakes. So 4 lakes is going to be Mongol HRE versus China Tuklak. No, yeah, China Tuklak.
That's wild. Wait, no,
Wow.
Malian's still there. But you won't play
Nah,
Malian.
he won't. If he didn't play Malian in these two, he's
Wait,
no way.
what if he does?
What if he does, though?
What if he does, though, yeah.
And what if he goes for a dock on Marinelord side and
Mhm.
brings 16 villagers and loads them up in a transport ship?
Not that it's going to happen, but Marinelord still has Abbasid available as well.
I feel like if you didn't pick Abbasid here,
You probably won't ever.
nah, on Four Lakes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Dark Age rushes in Four Lakes.
He
And
could
I
do,
mean,
like, weird
he has
stuff with
Mongol
the-
HRE for
Yeah.
Four Lakes, right? So I don't.
He could do weird stuff with the military wing, but the second you say weird stuff and Marinelord in one sentence, it automatically gets invalidated.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you talking about?
This guy only plays meta.
Yeah.
All right, jumping on into our next game here. Game number 6 between Marinelord and B. We've got B playing as the House of Lancaster, opening us up here with a Dark Age Barracks on Frisian Marshes, and Marinelord playing as the Zhu Xi Legacy in the color pink.
Yeah, and we see another just blind barracks, just sending it and being like, I hope you're doing something with that.
Yeah, I mean, we got the tax rework, right? So at least Zhu Xi's Legacy, they can't, defraud
The system.
they can't defraud the system. They can't defraud the government.
Mhm.
They have to pay appropriate taxes at this point in time.
Yeah, so he does need to mine gold, but he doesn't need to mine a lot of gold. So he will be absolutely fine. And yeah, I mean these early games with Dark Age rushes, they're very they're 50-50. You know, you either open barracks and he opens dock and you're like, okay, that's a massive advantage, or you open barracks and he doesn't open dock and you're like, well, what am I
Well,
going to do now?
yeah.
And Marinelord now, ooh, that is going to be a barracks defense. So we will not be seeing a fast age up.
Eric Stephens, okay.
How do you like that?
Yeah, I mean, that is pretty much what used to be played by China and Zhu Xi for quite a while up against Dark Age Aggression, when that was still, meta, but typically against the Mongols, especially when the Dark Age barracks came in, you just make your own barracks and you just get the supervision in, and in the blink of an eye, you go from 0 to 10 spearmen, and suddenly you're able to push out. This one, though, I mean, it's a little bit unfortunate. It's not something that Zhu Xi's Legacy typically want to do, going for their Dark Age barracks. But I guess Marinelord doesn't see any other option of him actually realistically getting to gold without committing to that.
So the funny thing is, on this map, the sheep don't matter unless you're in this exact situation, where you're not going for docks and you're making spearmen and you're committing quite a bit and you actually need to get sheep. And we look at now, Marinelord is 4 sheep behind, which I guess the extra sheep count, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They should, I think.
So Lancaster is also gathering sheep faster, but Zhu Xi obviously has the extra drop-off. So their economies, I would say, are pretty similar in Dark Age. I don't think one side will have a massive advantage. But once again, we're in a situation where one of them is going to choose to either age up or make a dock first. And is that going to be B? Because I am seeing a little red on the water there. Yeah, that is a villager. So he will be making a dock. But did he not see the barracks from Marinelord?
He does
I mean, he
know
definitely
about the spears
knows,
now, yeah. But he might still be end up going for it. The gather rate from the House of Lancaster on the sheep obviously is pretty good in general with that additional gather rate civilization bonus.
That villager is
thinks
very
that-
sad.
It is. He doesn't have anything to do, it's not a national holiday, but still he just sits out there, not really able to work.
Yeah, and I'm assuming he's gonna go back into the spearman production. The funny thing is, which is very rare, I guess, these days, because Lancaster English are not played much on these maps. But if Marinelord just beelines and supervises spearmen, B could pull villagers to defend,
Yeah.
which is basically only English and Lancaster that can kind of do that successfully. And if you pull like 10 villagers, they will do a lot of damage to the spearmen. So you can basically play, Temu Longbow in Dark Age with spearmen. But we will see. I feel like Marinelord is not the type of player to just gamble and like, well, I hope I, break the other side or I lose the game.
Yeah, it could be that we end up seeing something like that happen, but as you mentioned, very unrealistic here in this matchup. It looks like Marinelord has now moved out to gold as well, so we'll be able to start working on that age up. He actually still making spearmen, but he's not in a position anymore to stop Marinelord from gathering that gold, so Marinelord should end up finding his way up to feudal age soon.
Yeah, I think B is like, well, I have a dock, so I'm in a pretty good spot, so I don't need to actually, you know, push or pressure. I'm in a nice spot. Marinelord did see the dock. He did see what is going on. He will be getting the faster age up as well.
A lot faster, yeah.
Now the question is he going to upgrade and immediately go? And he is producing Spearman once again. So I think this might be a fast age up, get the upgrade, and let's fight immediately.
Yeah. Definitely feels like the spot to go for it. With this many spearmen out on the field at the moment. Now B is sending all of his spearmen forward right now as well. So is potentially in the spot to take the fight before the upgrades come in. Very important that he does.
Yeah,
Splits up the
preferably
field.
he would want to fight now.
Yeah.
Like, even if he trades out army, it is
He
better.
did see the age up coming in.
Yeah.
But looks like he is going to be going back for the time being. The thing is, when you take a trade right now and you're still able to like micro back the weak spearmen, you will be able to heal them back up very easily with the Abbey of Kings. So you will retain value. But there it is. Age up upgrade is coming in. The Hard upgrade hits on the spearmen. B doing a good amount of micro here, pulls a couple of the weak spearmen back, and actually able to take a not so bad trade here at all.
Wow.
Kills 2 spearmen before any of his own die.
Wow, that is really, really good. And like you said, he's going to be able to heal these. And Marinelords, I mean, that's 11 spearmen, but that's more like 7, right? Because a lot of them are very, very damaged. And on top of that, yeah, B is going to rush that age up because he's like, yo, I took a good trade. If I can just heal up, get a little Lord going on, extra HP, this is going to be very, very good for me. And now we see Palace Guards coming in from Marinelord.
Palace Guards are very interesting. They do get good stats for melee. They have 3 melee armor, so against spearmen they're very good. But they only have 2 ranged armor, so they're not going to be too great when it comes to taking any ranged engagements up against something like Yeoman, for example. It looks like Marinelord is just trying to force a fight now around the one dock there from B. But B doesn't want to take the fight yet. He wants to wait. He wants to have his spearmen healed on up. It's only just a little bit longer. Oh, loses the scout, though. It's only a little bit longer until the Abbey of Kings does finish on up. But with this many spearmen, there's no way that B is able to get a galley out in time.
Oh, the age up comes through. We see new age begins. The healing is started. Archer
It's so quick.
immediately. Too late for galley, but I think he will just go and fight this. And if Marinelord stays here, he will definitely take the worst trades. Dog goes down, but fishing ships should be okay.
And there is already a second dock out. Marinelord taking the fight. Weak spearmen, at least partially, are getting microed back. It's a little bit awkward with the positioning. We do see some Palace Guards being out here now as well.
Yeah, I mean, just remix the dock, and Marinelord is making docks right now, but B does have the 3 fishing ship advantage, so it might not seem like a lot, but when you're doing the exact same thing, 3 workers, and in this case 3 fishing ships, is a pretty big deal. Doesn't kill a single fishing ship. B is now making Yeoman and Crackety. I don't know when's the last time you played this type of matchup, but Zugino are not very good into Yeoman.
Yeah, it's already bad when archers are able to, or longbows are able to shoot from more range with the same movement speed. But having more range and more movement speed,
Yeah.
that's a pretty rough composition, or rather competition there in the ranged unit department.
Yeah, I think Zugino, in general, are actually more than fine against any civ, but this is the matchup you don't get very often, and I think the longer the game goes, Yeoman can just kite basically a whole Marinelord's army and make the game really awkward for him. We can see the Yeomen are slowly adding up, double archer range as well, and Marinelord is just committing to the Zugino mass, but there's a flank coming in, and we see 2 lords are now alive that are going to be adding that extra HP, and this is not looking great for Marinelord right now.
Yeah, fight is being committed to. A lot of the spears are going to get taken down on both sides. Zugino doing their job here, but a lot of Lancaster just being a very, I'm going to say, imposing presence there, are going to force the Zugino back, and the Yeoman on the retreat are going to be able to pick off a couple of them as well.
Wow, and this is where, I mean, where do you go from here with as Marinelord? Like,
he's just committing to the Zugino play for the time being. I mean, he's got the Zhang at the moment, so he's getting some bonus Zugino every now and then, but it's not as good here as if he just had the old pre-rework Meditation Garden.
The thing is, you can't go Horseman, right? Because there's already 10 spears.
Yeah.
But if you go more Zugunu, you will lose to Yeoman. Like, it just... Look, I mean, they cannot hit them.
It's a very easy kite.
So Zhu Xi's legacy has been like practiced a lot on this map by many players, and House of Lancaster not so much. And it's one of those where, on paper, Marinelord Civ is better, but in this matchup, I mean, look, this is just
brutal.
Play the clown music. Look at that. You just can't get any engagement, and he has to make a galley because he cannot fight these units, but. You make a galley and he's just going to go to the second dock, and I think Marinelord is in a position where maybe you don't really think about these things, right? You didn't think about like, oh, if we get in that situation, that's pretty rough for me.
Yeah, it's one of those like kind of checkmate type situations where all of a sudden you realize that you're about to hit checkmate, and we do see a switch up now into Horseman for Marinelord. I guess he realized that, yeah, this is a rough situation now. I need something else. I gotta try something else. You mentioned that there's already like the Spearman there, but maybe the Horseman could at least force B into taking an engagement rather than just continually kiting away.
Yeah, and it's one of those where I think if Marinelord replays this, he maybe tries something weird like even Fast Castle to just get to Lancer so he can actually do something, or massing Palace Guards, or I'm not sure, but the Horseman is the option. But again, if you have this Yeoman mass already, sending 3 Horsemen doesn't do anything. Like, they will get picked off, and no military upgrades yet. As I say that, B is getting +1, which is just going to help so much against the Horseman.
Yeah, Horseman especially being able to just penetrate a little bit more past the armor. And there are 4 Lords of Lancasters here, very tanky, even up against the Palace Guard and the massive Zhugunu here at the moment. Spearmen are going to be getting thrown away for the most part. But now the Yemen are going to be able to pick off the Zhugunu. There are enough of them to start one-shotting the Zhug, so very good trades here at the moment for B, even if all of the Spearmen are now gone. Horsemen do try and dive past, but with the +1, as you mentioned, the Yeomen just trade out so much better than they would have otherwise. A couple of the Lords do end up going down here, but being able to just kind of like destroy the, or rather survive the army switch, the army composition switch here from Marinelord, just buys B so much more presence on the map, and we do now see a follow-up with the Obelisk as well.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look, they both keep their range mass, right? So we're back to square one, but one just beats the other. So Marinelord didn't really get a lot of Yeomen down, did lose all the Horsemen, and you know, spamming Horsemen is a lot more expensive than spamming Spearmen. So it's another one, like another thing you have to kind of pay attention to. And if we can take a look at the sheep, they should be expiring, or they might already be gone. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 left there, and Marinelord is gone, right? So he's already on Deer, all the way to the left, and yeah, the longer the game goes, it's going to be very hard for him to sustain this in the long run. The Lord goes down, there's another one slowly coming, and Hobelard is just another thing in this equation that Marinelord just cannot deal with. Like, he doesn't have the resources in order to add Spearmen on top of this.
Yeah, Hobelard's just also having that little bit of additional ranged armor. It's just so much worse for the Zhugunu to try and fight up against them. We do have a little bit more of a trade out here. A couple of the Yeomen do go down to the one Horseman here. The Horseman is actually doing a great job there at the backline. A lot of Lancaster now switching onto it, with the Hobelard still being there, be able to just keep Marinelord inside of his base, and we might actually get to the point where some of the Imperial officials end up going down, and that is actually big. That is so big, because there is no Imperial Academy for Marinelord to produce these from. He needs to idle out the TC for it and pay the full price as well.
Practically, he's so close to getting that next batch of reinforcement, but anything that comes out will be maybe not picked off, but shot at least. And
yeah,
when your production is camped, that's usually not a good sign that you're doing well.
There it is. Zhugunu just gets taken down immediately. Marinelord in a very uncomfortable position at the moment. Next Horseman is going to be coming out. That might be enough to finish off the batch there. And indeed, a couple of units are coming out. That's actually a good batch of units here. 3 Palace Guards. That's a pretty big value to be getting there.
Now, can he push this back? Yeomen are going to be kiting. The Lords are in, though, and they're very tanky against this army. You can see how much damage they're taking, and yeah, they're just kind of not losing HP, and B's army is just standing there, taking the beating and killing all Marinelord's units. And Marinelord is definitely not happy with this. And like I said, this is one of those where you lose and you're like, man, I didn't even think about Yeoman Zugunu interaction that is happening right now. And it's like, what do I do? Like in the middle of the game, you have to be like, okay, what do I do? And we see now he just made some Palace Guards too. He had some in queue and then Horsemen, because he's like, I guess I add Palace Guards.
Yeah, it's just one of those situations where you're a little bit at a loss for words, or rather at a loss for actions. You're not quite sure, okay, what can I realistically make against my opponent's army composition here at the moment? The Yeoman just doing so well here for B, and it's kind of crazy. I didn't actually think about the implication that you said that they are going to be able to actually infinitely kite the Zhugunu. I thought, okay, surely the Zhugunu are going to be able to get some hits off, but then I saw and I was like, okay, maybe this is actually cursed, and...
Yeah, this isn't my first rodeo playing this matchup, except it was like on a land map. But I was like, so if I'm stuck in Feudal, I guess I gotta do something else. So yeah, we see more kiting happening. Zugunu are going down. Marinelord very low in units. I mean, 33 versus 13. Both have very, very big fishing, but just not enough units. And when they do fight, just not enough damage from Marinelord's army to be able to fight. Expect GG in 3, 2, 1.
There it is.
Boom.
GG comes in. B evening out the set yet again. We are going to a game number 7 in our second semi-final here. These players right now, man, nerves of steel. They are really, really focused up right now. And man, I know a lot of people, a lot of players weren't actually thinking that we could make it to a game 7 here. So far, being now even up to a game number 7, I think he can do it. I think he could potentially do it. So far on these water maps, he has shown that in these like hybrid scenarios, he is up there with Marinelord. And now there's just one game left, one grand decider game here. Marinelord still has some pretty good civilizations left. Tensions are rising as whoever wins this next map is going to be able to make it through to the grand finals, is going to be able to face off up against Lucifron. And here we go. It is China up against Mongols on 4 lakes.
That's not a matchup you see very often.
It is not. It is not. And on a hybrid map with Mongols, anything can happen. Like Mongols, it's like they're very far at the bottom of the tier list. But then you pick them on the hybrid map and suddenly they're like, oh, okay, maybe in the upper echelon even.
So this is going to be very interesting. What is Marinelord going to choose to do, and what is B going to decide to do? Does he take the Uvu and just go for a dock? But I would assume this is going to be a spearman opening.
Would definitely make a lot of sense. And there it is. We are going into our game number 7. Villagers starting off on the wood there, on the straggler trees from B. And I think I even saw him shift clicking to the next straggler tree right afterwards. So interesting to see what exactly has planned. Even starting off on the deer there. That is a pretty good spawn there, Beasty. Has the stone and the gold. Well, the stone almost in the range of the TC. But having the deer next to TC immediately as well, that's a pretty decent food source to start the game from.
Yeah, one thing is his wood lines are pretty far away from his TC, actually. So, yeah, that's not very good. But he does have super strong start with the deer opening, of course, and he is still chopping them trees. Now, where does he go from here? He uses the Falcon on the town center. He wants to make sure to see if there's potentially a barracks coming or not. And I think this will be... Yep, there it is. The barracks is coming. Marinelord, can we take a look at his dock? Nah.
What
is that?
Oh, he's walling
God.
that. Okay. That's a pretty good dock spot to wall that one in.
There must be some kind of name for these.
Maybe
These
like
type of
what kind of spawn, like what kind of name would you give a spawn like this? Like a lord spawn, or maybe a marine
Like an archer
opening?
spawn.
Yeah.
That is a pretty good spawn, but B, seeing this, he will do everything to block this. This Khan is not moving, but the scout is coming, which is very good for Marinelord. The villager might actually go down here.
Yeah, actually already on pretty low HP. He's walling the villager out. There's another villager coming in. Yeah, he's walling that one off.
Okay, so what do we do as B? We see this, and we see this as B. What do? Do we go for a dock and maybe a transport ship?
I think you could, but he's only got 2 villagers on wood at the moment. So right now, I think he's just going to be trying to add in a lot more spearmen and eventually burn through the palisade wall. The palisade wall was a little bit of investment, right? Like, he doesn't have any fishing ships yet. I think the first fishing ship only just now came out. So the first fishing ship... Actually, never mind. That's
two.
already the
Yeah,
second.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, he did do a wall, but, you know, he pulled 2 villagers, right? So it wasn't super efficient, if you will. And we see 4 spearmen right now. Marinelord is now mining gold with 5, and I think he's just going to double return 5 and then have that for the age up later. Maybe he's scared because of all the spearmen and what they're going to do, but this can also be repaired, right? Like, he could potentially even do another layer of walls, which is a, you know, disaster.
Double
for
layer, repair, all the options are there for him. B now with 5 villagers on wood, so maybe he goes for the eventual dock drop on that side as well. Could be an option for him. It's just... This is such a good wood line at the moment for Marinelord, and it makes this opening a lot harder for B. Of course, when you play this, typically these wood lines are not there, so you should have had access for, like, on that dock from Marinelord. Should be able to start torching down. Instead, 3 fishing ships now from Marinelord, and he's already got enough gold gathered for the age up.
Yeah, I mean, he will be aging up, and I would say this is a pretty good start. You know, like, he's got the fishing ship. He's about to age up way faster than B will. B is going for a dock, but he's just a bit delayed on everything, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's just making the first dock, and Marinelord's probably feeling pretty good about this. Once he ages up, I'm assuming there's going to be a little archery range maybe happening, or just an archer ship. But, oh, the villager trying to repair.
Almost gets the villager through the wall. Okay. And the villager is just going to be dropping a... Never mind. No gate. Just deletes the wall at the top side.
I'm out. Yeah, so right now, he cannot actually kill this dock. The good thing for B is he did stop making spearmen. So, you know, if he made like 8, this would be a disaster.
Yeah.
Because he would not kill this dock. But he made only 4. Forced these walls, but I would definitely say the opener goes to Marinelord in this one.
And Marinelord could also just drop another dock behind that little palisade wall as well. That's, yeah, separating.
True. So, very good start. Now the question is he going to go for the second pawn and just kind of go on from there? Is B going to try to dock his side of the map? I doubt, because his age up is very delayed, but Imperial Academy finishes, Imperial officials will be coming out, and the game goes on.
Yeah. Age up now coming in for B as well. We'll be seeing that Deer Stones coming in now. So far for Marinelord, he did invest into that 1 galley ship, so I think there's a little bit of value there as well, forcing the galley at least out on that pond. Typically, not something that you necessarily need to go for on your own pond, at least not early on in the game.
Yeah, and he's going to push him away right there. So B Spearman not able to get too much done. Now, the follow-up for Mongol usually is just going into Keshik from here on out with just a bunch of archers. He's going to perhaps be able to torch the mining camp, so maybe he's going to be able to get something in return. Fishing ship count is 3 to 4, so almost equalized, but China will have better eco because of the IOs. Be going for another dock. Not trying to yoink Marinelord's side. Not trying to be super aggressive. And we see archers are on the way.
Indeed, you called it. Archers will be coming on out here, so B very unlikely to be able to finish off that 1 mining camp. He's gonna have to fall back for the time being, at least until he gets some cavalry on his side in as well. And can we check out his space right now? Is the stable already coming up, since the Mongols, of course, can drop that stable while in the Dark Age already? No stable coming on. And Scout has been a little bit annoying on that Gur, but nothing too big there at the moment. And now I do believe we are getting a production building in for B. And there is that stable now coming in. Same though for Marinelord. Marinelord is adding in, I'm not sure if that's a stable or a barracks on his side for his own spearmen. It is indeed going to be the barracks, so already has the counter out. Makes a lot of sense when you're opening archers. You expect your opponent to follow up with the stable, so then you can just preemptively go for that barracks drop, get the counter in as well.
Yeah, this is Khan's just being a little annoying. Obviously, this is the I guess kind of the advantage of Mongol. You can be super annoying super early, especially when you get the Keshik out. This scout just harassing whatever he can. Just bullying. Oh, trying to pick off the villagers. Marinelord pulling both back, so he will not be able to. But, you know, those villagers are weakened up for later. So maybe later off they're picked off on gold or somewhere else. And B's just kind of sticking with this con, doing a lot of damage.
Yeah,
and
it
the
can all
Keshik
add
coming
up.
out.
First batch of double-produced Keshiks now out on the field. Blacksmith already coming up behind it all. So B might be going for an early +1 Pierce armor here, just to be able to take some better engagements against the archers or underneath the TC.
Fishing ship count 6 to 10 already. Like there's and 3 IOs as well. So there's already a massive economy lead now for Marinelord. Turns out China pretty good.
Pretty decent, pretty decent. It's S tier for a reason. Also gets his own blacksmith in as well. Marinelord is. At the moment, yeah, B just getting in more and more of these Keshiks for the time being. Sees the spearman now. I think he already did so earlier, but yeah, it gives him kind of like an indication that archers are definitely going to be necessary for him. And I think I just saw the wood line, or rather the wood count drop a little bit, so should be getting his own archery range up now as well.
Yep, there it is. So he's probably going to be using double wood on that, or the double wood production. Oh, he goes in, does not
Oh, that
get
was
a
close.
villager.
But even
Loses
more
quite a
villagers
bit.
low HP now. Even
Yeah.
the Khan could start like trying to go for some snipes there again.
Yeah, for sure. And more Kesha coming in. Marino's got nothing on this side, and that is going to be -1. Marino doesn't see it. That's 2 villagers potentially going down.
Oh, barely makes it
Wow.
inside. Only loses 1.
A little bit shaky there, not reacting in time. But luckily, B didn't target fire in time either. So that's, I guess, you know, pretty good for Marinelord. He does maintain his villager lead. The archers are coming. The Keshik are still being made. And this is the point where Marinelord is just kind of running around trying to defend every side. Now, the benefit of the back wood line is having that quick wall around your dock. But when you don't have woodlands in the front, you actually have a lot harder time walling off. So he has to do this like back wall instead of doing a big wall in the front, just because there's nothing to connect them to. So it's going to cost so many resources. And Marinelord's pushing out, but he needs to be careful, because whenever you're playing this mass infantry style, if you lose a battle, you lose the whole army.
Yeah, exactly. And B, he is massing archers out of 3 archery ranges right now, so he'll very quickly catch up to Marinelord's army right now. And once he gets to 10, 12 archers, he will be able to start one-shotting these spearmen. Very important for him to do that, as then he'll be able to very quickly get to the point where the Keshiks can overwhelm. +1 pierce damage is now coming in for Marinelord. Meanwhile, though, reinforcements are getting caught off guard there by the Keshiks as well.
Yeah, +1 already done for B. I think he would like to fight now, but he doesn't have quite enough units. Like you said, he's going to catch up with the archer count very quickly. Marinelord getting the blacksmith upgrades right now, so not having those yet, and would probably prefer to wait until they both complete so they can actually go. We see second stable, so B is committing quite a bit. I don't know if they're adding any more fishing ship, but B has been on 11, and you kind of want to be like up to 30 almost at this point. I mean, not 30 at this point, but you want to be up to 30 fishing ships in general. So
Yeah.
I think maybe he's just committing to making the army instead of growing his economy, whereas Marinelord, I think he's just slowly adding a fishing ship here and there.
Keshiks kind of distracting the main army, though, from Marinelord. That is the point when the archers are moving up from B. And, oh, Marinelord, does he see this in time? 1 villager going down, make that 2 villagers going down, potentially 3, not quite 3. Wow, close to 3 villagers going down there.
Yeah, he's going to pick a couple of them off. You can see B is just trying to pull him apart, and that's kind of how you play Mongol on these hybrid maps. You're just trying to attack everywhere at the same time, but the archers from Marinelord are now chasing. There's a chance that Keshik join up, but Marinelord's being careful, sending his spearmen together with, so he should be fine. And if you look at the top left corner, and actually top right corner, they both might be slowly going towards castle.
Yeah, that's the reason why Marinelord really want to get up on that gold mine again. He's going to secure it now with an outpost, has a market as well. case he needs to trade out some more resources just to get there a little bit quicker. Keshix once again from B. Realize that there's only a single spearman there to defend. Is going to be causing some idle time, but the entire army from Marinelord is there now to defend. B is going to have to pull back at least for the time being. At the same time, once again, starts harassing on the gold. So Marinelord is actually losing some crucial time here when it comes to getting to that age up. Actually just buys it right now.
Yeah, he's going to buy that age up, but obviously still wants to be mining quite a bit. Like, he needs probably 12, 15 workers on gold in order to afford those upgrades. B is going with Kurultai, and this is the interesting point where... Excuse me. This is an interesting point where Kurultai is going to add so much value for B. Like, adding so much damage to your archers, which is basically making them, like, super archers with the amount of damage they have. So, he's going to have a big timing that he can hit here and kind of have Kurultai backing him up. And Marinelord's going to need to hold up that first wave and try to avoid fighting near Kurultai as much as possible.
The thing as well with the Kurultai is, of course, having that all-around healing on all of your archers. So when you're in a line formation and you're not focusing down individual archers, having that global heal on all of your archers just adds an insane amount of value, similarly to having just a couple of dervishes with your army when you're actually fighting with the archers. And now Ajab also has come in for B. Veterancy, just for Chinese, it comes in so quickly. So Marinelord already having the veterancy unlocked on these archers is starting to push forward with his army now. Kurultai still next to the TC from B, hasn't repositioned a little bit further forward. And yeah, right now, Marinelord is still trying to push in deeper into B space. B currently just sitting next to his Kurultai, able to heal up the units, waiting for some upgrades to come on in. 13 fishing ships compared to 26 at the moment, so Marinelord getting a good bit more food income here. And at the moment, also starting to reinforce with more and more knights behind it all. 1 out at the moment, 6 more in queue.
Yeah, and we do see B slowly sharking around at Kurultai being repositioned. Now, Marinelord's wood line should be about to expire, so he's going to need to... But he has one in the bottom side, so he'll be more than fine. Now, B wants to fight. Like, he doesn't want this game to go on forever. The fishing ship count is just destruction right now.
Yeah.
B has been very committed to land army. China having better economy, being able to afford more fishing ship while having the army. So the question is, can Marinelord hold the Kurultai push, and can B get something done? Because if he can, he will simply be overwhelmed by the amount of units.
Marinelord, he's doing a great job there with just forcing B into an awkward position here. With the berries, it makes it harder for the Kurultai to get the position that it needs in time before the army from Marinelord can get close and just block the placement entirely. B is trying to trade out a little bit now at the edge of the Kurultai range there.
Yeah, neither player going for super committed to the relics. We see one monk for Marinelord, but he knows this is important. Like, this hold is very important. B knows he's behind an economy. He wants to make something happen here. He would want to move this Kurultai, but it's a bit scary. You know, if he gets blocked, you end up being in a lot of trouble. He will do that in the end. +2/+2 done for both. B no eco upgrades, by the way. Marinelord having one. And you can see the Lancers are just dying to the Archers, and it's because of that Kurultai bonus damage. So far, B trading pretty nicely. The attack speed, or sorry, the armor arrow is coming in, and B is going to commit.
This is quite the tough fight, though. But the Spearmen actually dying pretty quickly here. At the same time, Keshix also losing a ton of their health. Knights, as he said, do die pretty quickly to the Archers from B as well. B is actually in a position to still keep up the fight after this initial engagement. Archers keep pushing in further, able to pick off a couple of villagers. Army at the moment from Marinelord hiding inside of the TC. Kills his own sheep there.
Yeah, we see gold is on the right side. Now B is going to check the bottom one. He might check the wood line as well, and we might see him rotate to that top side.
Archer still looking around. Just a single archer at the moment, trying to find some value here. And it's not just on the gold, it's also on the berries. Marinelord has a lot of his economy on the berries there as well. Earstones forward from B as well, so the military is going to be moving a good bit faster. Oh, that's still a miss rally. It's like 2 villagers just walking back towards B's base now that rallied all the way forward.
Now, the good thing for B is he's kept that archer mass. Like, it hasn't really gone down. So that's... Keshik are there to kind of tank the damage, and archers are there to do most of the damage. But the Lancer count for Marinelord is increasing. And while those archers are doing a lot of damage, you don't want to necessarily be fighting archers versus Lancers. He's going to be going for that big gold. The pressure is continuing, and you can see from like players' position, Marinelord is just like, yeah, I just need to defend. Like, I'm doing good. I just got to defend. We saw a couple more fishing ships from B being added, and these 2 villagers are very nice pick-off for B. You know, just getting them for free. Marinelord's on the right side, defending that side. That's where the food is and the gold at the same time, so he needs to hold this position.
The archer count is starting to get pretty dangerous, though. B at 46 compared to 21 archers at the moment. With this many archers, with the Kurultai, you can see the Lancers just taking a lot of damage here on the charge as well that they're going for now. Once again, Armor Arrow is going to be coming in. Keshik's fighting at the front line. A lot of the archers actually did already go down for B. They're going down very, very quickly here. But at the same time, the Lancers just completely got eviscerated for Marinelord B. He just beat down the entire front line from Marinelord, and still having more archers with the Kurultai, able to heal up all of his military. This is looking rougher and rougher for Marinelord, even though he's got double the fishing ship count.
Yeah, and I mean, the Lancer count being reset, he was almost at 20, now he's down to 2. No harassment going on, so B has basically the whole map. There's some relics that were picked up by Marinelord, but at this point, he needs a mass in the front to tank for this army, and his whole eco is just like half a screen away to the right. Like, there's some guys chopping wood in the back, but this is where all the food and the gold for Marinelord is, and you know, it's a very tense moment, and B kind of needs to pull the trigger and go for it. He cannot be just waiting any longer, because he has a very, very strong timing here.
Burning down the monastery from Marinelord. Looks like he's trying to find some damage outside before taking an engagement, but right now is the moment where he needs to start taking these fights. He's got the superior archer count. He's got the Kurultai inside of the base for Marinelord. The berries, though, soon to run out from Marinelord. In fact, they just did.
Yeah, and B, like I said, it has full map control. He's got more on the map he can go for. He's got deer, berries, golds, whatever he needs. And the moment that gold runs out on the right side, or the food, Marinelord needs to go even further out on the map.
More Keshiks coming in yet again. Market also getting taken down right at the moment in time when Marinelord, he's been needing that market for quite a while. Now Archers going for the engagement yet again. Marinelord just going back and forth inside of his base, trying to utilize the choke point to the best that he can. But still, there's just more and more archers coming in. 5 more Keshiks for B in the queue. 10 Lancers at the moment for Marinelord. But with the Kurultai, a single Keshik pretty much is even to one of these Lancers. And now it looks like we're getting closer and closer to an eventual fight getting taken. B just doesn't want to leave the influence, though, of the Kurultai. But these back-to-back engagements here, they benefit B so much while still inside of the Kurultai aura.
Yeah, and he's losing quite a bit of archers here. Like, the Keshik are not in the front. And I feel like this is a pretty decent fight for Marinelord. Out of all the ones we've seen, I think he's definitely going to be happy with that one. And Marinelord is very good with microing like a lot of archers or crossbow amount of units. So he's doing a very, very good job. And this is a position where B can just kind of wait until he runs out of resources. If we look at the north side, yeah, those villagers are very, very exposed right now.
Yeah, B, he's just not finding the villager deposits at the moment. Doesn't know where exactly they are at. He must be having some clue as to where they could be, but I think it's also a little bit of tunnel vision there as well. We do have a Khan's Hunter there supporting the archers from B, so we'll be adding a little bit of that bonus range there as well. Just continuously adding in more and more archers. Food difference between the two players actually not that big, even with Marinelord and 62 villagers. Just a lot of the idle time as well. The villagers having to run around onto the map, trying to get to the natural deposits of food there out on the map. So B actually keeping up in that regard to a certain extent.
Yeah, and this is so tense. I mean, equal army supply. Like, this is it for Marinelord. Like, he has to hold B. Notices now the villagers are all running. That is a lot of idle time, but where do you go? I mean, he can go wood, I guess, the barriers are going to be in that front left side, so that will be pressured very, very easily. The villagers are running away, and the Kurultai is being moved once again.
Looks like Marinelord did move back out to his initial gold mine, the one that has been blocked throughout the entirety here early on. So now B, once again, not quite there where Marinelord has his villagers, where he's getting this economy. We do see the Gur not being right next to the wood line, so something that you're probably not paying too much attention to at this moment, as every single moment here counts, and you gotta pay attention. And the landmarks, they could get blocked here. If Marinelord manages to block the Kurultai and B, having to take a fight outside of it, that could definitely be decisive right there. Marinelord now also adding in some horsemen as well, just doesn't have the gold access in order to be able to continuously mass up these lancers non-stop. Also a great amount of crossbows in the army as well. Crossbows would be great for B to have as well. It's just the economy isn't quite where Marinelord's is at the moment, but yeah, B now realized, okay, Marinelord went back to the Scarlet Gold, so he wants to pivot over there as well.
Yeah, and this fight continues going. No player wants to go Imperial. They don't want to risk that. Marinelord has to fight at this point. Like, he has to push him out a little bit, give himself some space. He is on that massive wood line in the back, which is really, really nice. But at a point, I mean, 58 villagers. You do not need that many on wood at this point. So this is just... I can't really gather anything else, so might as well just get some wood, I guess.
Yeah. He has managed to retake the relics that got put out earlier. Oh, improved siege engineering.
Wow.
We're seeing some siege getting deployed on the field now. B, he's got a lot of resources in the bank. Marinelord actually sees that now as well. Oh, that must be feeling so rough when you see those mangonels now coming as well. So he's trying to start some raiding with the horsemen. That could definitely be necessary here. Just trying to do some damage as well on your own side. You can't really do anything else. Barbican of the Sun is coming up, and that's going to be a great wait with the horsemen there. He is going to need to send some horsemen, or rather some Keshiks there to defend. Barbican on his own defense, and yeah, villagers are going to get idled now by B. Is he sending all of the Keshiks over? He got to split up just a couple.
Yeah, I mean, he's sending a couple, but he'll be fine. He'll lose some villagers, but I think it's not the biggest deals. Now, Marinelord is pop capped. Like, he has 200. B is not yet, but B is very close to Imperial, and Marinelord is nowhere close. He's just spamming units, hoping to stay alive right now, and those two mangonels are going to add a lot of problems for him.
Yeah, but B, he is suddenly reinvesting all of the resource. Imperial not going to be on the menu. He is wanting to play this game in the Castle Age. Crossbows in queue, more Keshiks in queue, a ton of archers out on the field, mangonels underneath the Kurultai as well, adding to the damage, and they do get the benefit of the Kurultai now turning around. Marinelord is going to have to really micro here to try and minimize the damage that is coming in from the mangonels, having to split up a lot of the military into different groups, but the fight is being taken, and Marinelord lost all of his front line. Now starting to add in some Nest of Bees as well. Nest of Bees being great here up against the Archibald, especially when it's in a choke point. But B just took a great trade there. And now the base from Marinelord, it could be open. The Nest of Bees is not defended, but B doesn't go for it.
Marinelord now, B is now going Imperial with the White Stupa actually.
Oh, the White Stupa, it has been buffed significantly, now also reducing the stone cost for the double produced units nearby.
And so, a lot of stone being banked up already. We're up to 800. Gonna be a lot of units.
A lot of Keshiks potentially. Mangonels can get healed up from the Kurultai, but you still gotta be careful. Marinelord also actively healing up his Nest of Bees. He's very far away at the moment from his own age up. Has good food income, but is still gonna rely on just banking up a couple more resources before he can eventually pull the trigger. Marinelord pushing in deep underneath the Kurultai, and I mean, the Nest of Bees are nice, but if you can't follow up on these shots, all of the damage is just going to get healed up by that passive healing from the Kurultai. B, though, falling back a little bit far.
Yeah,
now the age up hits.
To not lose the Kurultai up there now. That would be a really big problem.
The Kurultai cannot really afford to lose that, and Marinelord, is he jumping on it? It looks like he is actually trying to envelop it completely. B, oh no, he is actually...
Kind of forgot about it.
No, he's sending it now. Okay, it has the movement speed upgrade, so it is going to be a quick boy here. Elite upgrades coming in on the archers behind this. He's also getting close to being able to afford elite on the Keshiks as well. There it is, coming in behind it. So much stone as well. He's going to be able to queue up a ton of double-produced Keshiks next.
If he's not for the getting it.
We should definitely be seeing it coming up next. Might just want to spend the gold on other things behind this. We do also have some monks coming in. Keshiks chasing after the couple of horsemen. Marinelord, he's actually... Marinelord somehow snuck out like 30 villagers, or he is getting 30 villagers worth of gold somewhere. Not on any of the...
gold
yeah,
his
he is
base,
trying
right?
to sneak out to the stone there, actually. He's getting a keep up inside of his base. He's utilizing
now
this
the
time right
upgrades
now.
are in.
Yeah, they are, but B's still not pushing in yet.
I mean, he's also getting his Keshik charge upgrade, right?
Yeah. But I feel like you just can't give Marinelord so much time. Like, Marinelord's getting close to his own age up. He's adding in hand cannoneers alongside it. Maybe 1 or 2 bombard cannons are going to be necessary here soon.
I think he just spent stone on double production with hand cannoneers. Or even Keshik.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well,
Yeah.
indeed, he is.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Yeah, on both. The White Stupa actually has been really, really buffed there, so you can get a ton of units out. It looks like we are getting the age up
Great
in
Wall
now
is
from
coming in
Marinelord.
now.
Ah, man, what a game. This is so stressful right now. Both players, they really don't want to risk anything, especially B here. Mangonels moving on forward, getting a decent shot in, killing a couple of the ranged units there.
Oh, nice raid here, but just a little bit too late. Great Wall. I mean, you can't really stop it, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be going up here for sure.
So where do you actually attack, right? I mean, B is kind of controlling the map here, so...
He needs to attack where the gold is, and that's all on the left side where Marinelord isn't really... he's got a keep there.
The nest of bees!
Oh no, the nest of
They're all
bees!
going down! Nice catch here for B.
And he can just dive underneath the keep here potentially, but
I mean,
still
he
don't
could,
want to risk
but
it.
why risk it, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Like, Marinelord just lost so much.
He could wait for like 2 bombards. I think 2 bombards would make a hell of a difference there as well. He's getting resources for potential university upgrades as well. But now that the age up has come in, the imperial age up, he is once again feeling the pressure of needing to do something here in this game, and it feels
And now
like
it's go time.
it might just be the Kurultai. Not quite here yet though.
But I feel like you can
Keep is
take this fight.
Keep is focusing on the Mangonels. The Mangonels aren't going to be there for very long.
Like, Archer upgrade is coming in for Marinelord. He's target firing the Mangonels with the keep.
Yeah. He's falling back again. He's going to lose that second Mangonel as well.
I mean, Marinelord has no gold access, right? And B is completely controlling the map, so... In the long run, B should always be fine here.
He should be, but there's a lot of villagers going down. None of the Keshiks here right now. They are there now, so he's going to be able to deal with the horsemen. And Marinelord doesn't have that much food income, right? Like, it's below 2,000 for Imperial Age,
Yeah,
so
so
losing the horsemen is
Definitely
hurting
hurts him, right?
Yeah.
And now he's basically left alone with only ranged units.
And there's the first bombard now. And the bombard emplacement as well.
And the
Ooh, needs to
bombard
be
might
careful,
just
though.
go down.
But the army is here.
Incendiary arrows coming in for B, and I feel
that's
like
so important. Yeah.
Elite Horseman coming in for Marinelord, but he's really low on gold. Food income also not the greatest, so not really able to spam too many of the horsemen for now.
Keshik still chasing after the horsemen, and with the Yamora, they're always going to be able to catch up with them as well. Goltai still moving forward every now and then. And now I think B's in a position to start taking some shots with the bombard up against the keep. Marinelord getting his own bombards in as well. The Khan just being very tanky now at this point as well. Just able to casually tank a couple of volleys here and there, but will eventually get taken down by the keep.
Do you remember the old Khan?
Ah, glorious times, wasn't it? 4 damage in the Dark Age.
12 damage in Castle Age, 300 hit points. Good old times, man.
Disgusting. Keshik still giving a little bit of a run around. Marinelord now down to 57 military units. But has gotten his own first bombard out. He is still getting more bombards in as well. And still horsemen going for the run around. So the Keshiks are going to have to follow suit. Yeah, I don't think he's even got any pastures at all yet at this point in the game. I think he's just entirely on the natural resources. Bombards, though, actually taking down the Kurultai here, potentially B. If he doesn't pay attention to that, could end up losing the Kurultai.
That would be really bad, actually, here.
Yeah, that's really, really bad. You don't want to lose the Kurultai. B, is he going to be moving
wake up, wake up!
B
No!
does end up realizing it. That is close. That is very, very close. Kurultai on very low HP.
Yeah, okay. Villagers are coming. We're fine. I mean, be kind of trying to play for the sacred sites here, right? But do you really want to do that against China?
It feels bad. It feels really bad when you're trying to play a sacred side victory.
But where do you push, right? Like, there's a keep on the left, there's a Great War Gatehouse on the right.
He is getting a second bombard in, and he does still have a military lead, especially with incendiary arrows. Marinelord, though, he does have the +3 pierce armor. Does he have biology or bloodlines rather at this point? I don't think he's got it.
So.
Yeah, he doesn't have the university upgrade, so the horsemen do die relatively quickly, even up against the archers, which he still has a ton of. And now, once again, he starts queuing up a ton of the Keshiks with Del production. So 10 Keshiks about to be coming out here very, very soon. So frontline still looking very healthy for B.
I mean, we're down to 6.5 minutes, right? So
maybe. It is such a stressful game right now for both of these
players.
players.
But again, Marinelord is barely with any more gold, right? B get at the 8k on the right. Should be on the 8k on the left now. So gold is pretty much running out.
It is, and Marinelord, he's also having, struggling when it comes to the wood access as well here long term. Horseman, yet again, Marinelord being very, very annoying with these little horseman raids, but I mean, he's got the outpost nearby, so he will realize whenever that does come in. Triple bombards, now we're getting close to the amount needed to one-shot them. Villagers moving away in time.
We're getting...
Oh, he gets
bombard
the bombard.
goes down, that's really hurting B for now. I feel like you should just take some more trades, right? Like, he's 200 supply, he's banking up more and more resources, he has a lot of units with double production in the queue.
Yeah.
I feel like you could probably just send a few units in, try to find some damage.
You could probably also start, poking around the Great Wall Gatehouse, right? Like, the Great Wall Gatehouse has been significantly nerfed. It doesn't really hit against cavalry units as well as it used to.
Biology now coming in for B.
Oh, that's big.
That
but
makes
also for
a lot of
Marinelord.
difference, especially when you have, up to 30 Keshik, right?
Yeah. 20 crossbows, but I don't think that they've been upgraded to elite. Or actually, they have been upgraded, but incendiary arrows is still not in yet.
The bombard lead for Marinelord is kind of worrying.
Yeah. 3 to
Because
just
the
one
guy with more
bombard at the
bombard.
moment.
The Kurultai is hiding.
Has been healed
Has
back
been
up.
taken out. I feel like it's go time. Marinelord is splitting more horsemen, trying to go for some raiding.
Splits off the Keshiks here. He does.
Trying to go for a little decap here. Down to 4 minutes, 4.5. But this decap should not happen at all.
Yeah, Keshiks there to the rescue. Able to take these horsemen down. Will get down a stable. Oh, the bombards pushing down further again, but they need to be careful.
They might go down. At least one bombard should go here.
The backline is gonna be there in
So
time.
close. Maybe with the movement speed arrow, he could have taken out one.
Yeah.
But he's also probably waiting for biology, which is about to finish now for both players here.
Kurultai getting focused yet again. Actually, B just pop-locked here. Can't get any more bombards out at the moment.
Do you delete some workers at this point?
He's already only at 103. Maybe? Could delete some archers instead. I would rather delete archers at the moment than workers. Maybe 3 archers just to get the bombards in. 3 more bombards in
even try to get
queue
some hand
for him.
cannoneers out, right?
Yeah.
Exchange some archers for some bombards and some hand cannoneers, so even more Keshik, right?
Yeah. Especially with the double production.
Because army value-wise, he's ahead, right? Don't get me wrong. But 52 archers at this point. I mean, archers are definitely not bad, right?
They're definitely not bad, and he did get incendiaries in for them.
Marinelord is just spamming mass horsemen right now, so yeah. Even some spears wouldn't be too bad at this point.
Crossbows trading out, not something that Marinelord wants to do.
Right, about to happen. Marinelord overstepping a bit with the crossbow here. Sacred Site still running, down to 3.5 minutes.
There's 37 horsemen in queue at the moment for Marinelord, but B, in theory, could be queuing up just as many Keshiks. And any villager that dies at the moment, it's...
Kinda is against Marinelord, right? Because
Yeah, it's, I mean, the
timer's running
sacred side
low
is
and
still
lower,
ticking.
and-
The more military B has at the moment, the easier it is for him to defend these sacred sites.
I feel like Marinelord kind of has to delete some eco here. Like,
Yeah.
B is up to 100 army numbers, and with Marinelord killing more and more workers, the army numbers are just climbing for B. So, I feel like he has to get rid of some of the workers to get a good fight here.
Yeah. Approaching the 3-minute mark now. Oh man, this is stressful. This is insanely stressful now, this game.
What a great comeback it will be if B gets the win here.
Actually, and it's gonna get me 1 point closer in my when it comes to my predictions.
I think I predicted 4-1 Lucifron and 4-2 for B, if I'm not mistaken.
I
So,
got 4-3 for B.
not a bad day at all, I would say.
Yeah.
Ready to go for another decap here. We're down to the 3-minute mark. Bombard.
Bombard,
bombard
what's
goes
going
down.
down?
What a good
Second one
bombard.
is going down, the third one as well! It's
And-
all the bombards, he doesn't have gold to make them back!
The army numbers are just not there, and that's all B needs. Like,
Marinelord!
just go back, defend.
He's not able to get the sacred sites under control. Oh my god. This bee stings. And the crossbow's now getting reduced in the count as well. This is only army counter up against the Keshiks. 7 more Keshiks in queue. More hand
Like,
cannoneers
this
as
game
well.
is over.
B, he's winning this. He is winning this grand decider game in
Marinelord
the
is running out of
semifinals.
options. Down to 170 supply. No answer to the army come for B here.
I can't believe
Keep
it.
is about to go down. Bombard is working on it.
Kurultai, or at least the Silver Tree buff, is out there as well. Kurultai's still nearby, and now he's pushing in.
Trying to go for another raid attempt on the other side or for another decap. But at this point, you just... I feel like you can technically also give up on the sacred side here and just completely run
just
into
go
the
for the
eco.
base. It's 100 to 40 military. Sure, there are 40 horsemen in the queue, but what are 40 horsemen gonna
This
end
game
up
is over.
doing against masses of Keshiks? And B, now he's running in. The food economy from Marinelord is now going to be under fire. Now B doesn't have that much food left, and his income on food also isn't that great, but it's such a big army lead at the moment, and with the bombards coming in, he should have enough to start taking down the infrastructure inside of Marinelord's base. Sacred side, though, is being stalled out. No, it's ticking again.
1 minute 40 remaining. He's making progress left and right. Marinelord is
Marinelord
losing
has to
ground.
defend his base while the sacred sites are ticking.
Down to 150 supply for Marinelord.
Osman once again trying to go for a decap. Keshiks chasing after. Oh my god. And they find him. They find him.
Marinelord, hands in front of his face.
That's a GG headshake almost. 1 minute remaining. Just a couple of seconds left. More Keshiks still in queue. And the double production GG comes in!
called!
He does it! Oh my god. From 3-1 back to 4-3. B able to qualify for the finals against Lucifron in the Homestead Cup. Incredibly nerve-wracking. Down to the last second. It came down to that sacred site victory. Just putting on even more pressure. Marinelord, he tried his best. And there he is. The hero of today.
Thank you. How it feels to be in finals and to win against the most consistent player in the world for now?
That's awesome, unbelievable, because I already thought in my head that I lost like 15 times. But it is what it is, so I'm here now, and I went to the next series against Lucifron, and I'm extremely happy. But still can't understand that.
Yeah, right now you're in the final of the S tier event, yeah, and you just won super stable against Marinelord, right? About your draft, it was quite unusual by you, right? You just first picked Byzantine. How was your thoughts about your draft, and were you were happy with it?
I think 10 from 10, so I just prayed that he will ban China, because I still think it's not so OP in current meta as my lands. As we saw it on like 4 lakes, it wasn't so good at all. Even with that wood line pack for Dock and Wallen, right? So I think Byzantine first pick was an awesome decision, but I failed it. I lost a lot of cavalry at Castle Age, and I did not like take control on the map on his boar and deer spawns. I just lost them for free. I don't know how he expected them in correct direction, but that was so. After that loss, I was really unhappy because I just made like the main goal of the series to take Byzantine and win his number 1 or number 2 Civ at the Dry Arabia, especially when we got first map Dry Arabia. So I had plan, I practiced a little bit before games. As for me, got great positions for buildings first of all. I got extra production, increased like 80% or 60%, and also researching for like upgrades from Mercenary house and for limited ace upgrades. It also very important here. So it's just about like experience in Byzantine at all. So I'm not happy with my level on them in Castle Age also.
It really felt like first game were really decisive because it was first pick against first pick.
Yeah.
And actually after first game, even at the best of your fans were kinda set. Yeah. So after first game, what was your thoughts and how you come back into the series after all?
I saw that I still have my lands, like the strongest Civ for me, and also have Golden Horde, which I really like on most of the maps. And it was not tilted at all because in my head first map just was super great played by Marinelord, so it's like skill issue, and there is no tilt because I'm usually tilting when like nanoseconds timings and demo ships doesn't work or something, or just bugs around the map. So that is.
Yeah, let's go to the second map, and it was a bit against Golden Horde. What do you think about this matchup? Overall, I was not really unsure about what will happen and how you will actually play it.
I think that Beastyqt is super good on that map if you like get if you get good spawn like gold spawn and wood line. But as we saw, finally Marinelord like got 2 gold in a row, and it was super easy to tower rush. Also his barriers were super far as deers, and that like the best scenario for Golden Horde on that map, I think. So I was insanely lucky here. But I must admit, one second, Milana. I must admit, you can take it. Возьми это. Okay. But I must admit that Marinelord played again much better than I am, because as we saw, a lot of units were lost by me. He just hit and run them with Desert Riders, so that absolutely wasn't needed, right? So he did everything better, but I think I just was super lucky with spawn and counter pick save here, so that was... Okay, you can take it.
Yeah, basically you just need to stay at the right side of map, right? And camp all gold and all food. So yeah, next game Japanese Sengoku, and for the moment it felt like super good for you, right? It's actually crazy because I practiced this matchup with you and also with Marinelord.
You mean Japanese Sengoku like before nerfs, right? So before nerfs, I think that Sengoku like super OP in that matchup, but now I am really feeling like it's not super strong, and that's the third map where I think that Marinelord like was on 5 head ahead me, because I like have best situation with Onamushes and I can just hit and run him infinite time, and it's like 90% win in most situations, but he always caught me in stealth forests. I just don't know why, I just forgot about them like 10 times from 10, so the last fight also was about it, so just about the Shinobi first of all and slowing. I think Marinelord was super good at that map against me, and I was awful, but that's okay.
Actually, when the first time he summoned Shinobi, I was like, what the hell, how he actually called them? And only then I realized that it was the stealth forest.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually you played so good and so... You played so well, and for...
Один можно? Один хотя бы. Вот этот. Спасибо.
And for the moment...
Мне только. Ну так, издалека говорю.
For the moment it felt like you were winning pretty hard, right? What do you think, maybe like switch into Onamushi a bit earlier?
Just micro. I lost all control groups in the moment when Shinobi's called, and losing about 10 units for free, so I don't think it's about production, it's just about the micro thing.
And also next matchup is... Next matchup is Macedonian Delhi, and it felt pretty hopeless, right?
I think it was really awesome matchup on Boland, because Macedonia forced to go to the D pack like in the center of the map or maybe at the corners, but it make a lot of space for Ghazi raiders raiding at his gold, or maybe Woodline, also not safety on that map. But it was already 4th map where I just hate myself and could not like take control with my micro, and he outplayed me like in each fight, and that's why it was like one head game.
Yeah, like we were all noticed how you were like shaking your head after your pilgrim went to other side, right?
Yeah, but it's not the only one, because another one just made sound, raised his hands, and as I know, it already gives gold, but I did not get it. So for the first time I see how Pilgrim makes sound and rising hands and didn't give gold, which was super important for me, because I need like purchase demo ship or Hulk. So, and next times all my demo ships, when they tried to reach his Hulks, they didn't do it because of like 5 arrows from the kilometer from arrow galley reached it. Or another thing, demo ship just made like half of the damage to the Hulks because of the sprint and that bug, you know.
Yeah, actually, like fights on water were pretty intense, but on land you kind of just kill him, right?
Yeah. I think like when I saw OTD here, I was extremely happy. I just caught myself that yeah, so that's the chance how we can came back to the series.
Yeah, and the next game were Frisian Zhu Xi against Lancaster. Actually, that was my thought. Like when I saw Zhu Xi, I was like, maybe Marinelord should have hold it for legs, right?
Yeah, I also expected it, but again, I was super happy to play Lancaster Zhu Xi because we played it, right? And did some like notice about that matchup. I like really that I think Marinelord just forgot about healing mechanic, and that saved me the game again in the series.
Yeah, actually, like when we played in practice, I was like unsure if it's working, but yeah, like we played a couple of times, and Lancaster really looks good into Zhu Xi. And actually, it was a pretty clean game by you, right?
It was much better because I already take control on the distance between archers and Juganu, so I just killed them for free because of the range plus like 0.5. So that's why I was still in the game, only because of Zhu Xi doesn't have archers.
Yeah, and last game, actually it was so epic.
Yeah.
I don't know words.
Cinema.
To be honest, start. I mean, wood, right?
Yeah.
It was so easy to vote
Yeah.
by him. I was so upset, to be honest, because yeah, you made spears and they didn't do anything, right?
Yeah, but I think the mistake was here just to give him gold in that situation, right? So when I just attacked wall, that likes nothing, and that was stupid by me just still attacking it instead of staying at the gold and reducing his timings of Feudal age. So I played the start awful, but I think China is not so good here when Mongol have so huge advantages here.
Yeah, and also I think you scouted his second gold and like they both at the same
Yeah,
place, right?
yeah.
He can just move to another
He,
gold.
he could go to the right lake, but it's like minus 100 resources, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and actually Mongols looks so great, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it always been there, right? Even 3D like 1 year ago, 2 years ago, he always
Yeah.
said that like Mongol is super OP here.
Because of, I think, Kurultai, first of all, you can just take the center and make fights which opponents don't want to do.
Yeah, actually, I'm was pretty surprised pleasantly how cold-headed you were. You know, like it's 3-3 and you just waiting for the right moment. In my opinion, I would have just died his TC and I would have died and it will be over, right? But you just cold-blooded wait him and you just kill him, right?
I just felt how he nervous through the tables. So I knew that I'm in a good spot and he just super afraid to lose me. And the situation was good because of Kurultai in position, so I just was like cold mind and tried to catch him on his mistakes. But these X-bows, I just hate them because we saw that my army always were better under Kurultai, right? But at defense, we don't have a better unit than the crossbowman.
In Feudal Age, you kind of forgot about plus range on archers, but gladly you had it in Castle Age.
Yeah, it's not so important than like upgrades and Kurultai in position. So Marinelord play really well with the positioning here. He just running in correct directions, but I think the huge mistake there was not to pick up all relics. So I just gave him free gold to continue the game. So it was about static. So I don't know why I just didn't do that.
Yeah, but at the end it felt like so hopeless. I think we played a ton of games when I'm just sitting, trying to raid you with like 100 horsemen, and you just catch all raids with knights, right?
Yeah.
So I think you have some experience where
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just need to wait and...
Especially against crossbowmen.
Yeah.
I think was very important to add siege engineering for stone and get insta 2 mangonel, because I clicked on his army and I understood he's super close for 200 pop. So it means crossbowmen like destroying my keshiks until they even reach them. So that's not a good, and I must change the situation, and the siege was here, I think, a good decision just to evade Imperial Age.
Yeah, totally agree. Also, Marinelord did a really great job with finding opportunity to gather some resources. Like you were attacking left side, you have like you don't really mobile, and he's like immediately flexing all his echo at his right side, and yeah, it was.
Yeah, he played really well, and farms were in a great position, so I absolutely can't raid them at all.
But yeah, like congratulations, it was awesome series, and I still can't realize like you now at least top 2 and Lucifron awaiting you in final. What do you think about tomorrow?
It's like about mental for me. It can be like 5-0 or yeah, Yeah, or maybe like one map I only can win instead of 5, and he will like win me easily. It's just about how his spawns will be good and how I will micro, because I usually also tilting when I just can't control units.
But I think historically you have a good score against Lucy, right? Kind of.
In the past, yeah, but we didn't play a lot like in these 2 years.
Okay. Like, congratulations you again. Wow, it's awesome.
Thank
Maybe
you.
some more. Maybe last words to your fans, your team, maybe some sponsors.
Yeah, sure. A great help. Without your great help, I could not reach the finals in that tournament, because I'm like practicing only with you, right? So Scatterbrain also helped me a lot when you just can't do that, right? Especially I want to say thanks for Carlo, because he paid that trip, and I think that was a great adventure for me and my family here. I already got like tons of good moods and emotions. So yeah, these guys gives me it. Okay.
Good
Also, I want to
karaoke.
say thanks for Dark, Cat, and my clan for sure. And don't forget about my wife Lisa and little daughter, right? So I really inspired when I heard how Milana just cried Papa, and that was the score, like 1-3. And I don't know how it like works again, as in the previous series. I started to win game from the game, so that's really cool.